All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing A-okay.
Not bad, actually. Got myself a
Fantastic.
little snack because I forgot about dinner, so I'm gonna eat some cereal.
Snack sounds good. And
Mhm.
everybody else doing well tonight?
Yeah, doing good. Yeah, funny you speak about dinner. I feel like past 2 nights I eat dinner, and then I also feel like I never ate dinner at all because I'm still hungry. I'm like, what? How? Body, stop. You just ate. You don't need any more.
I had leftover hibachi steak and fried rice, so I'm good.
Ooh.
That
Yeah,
sounds really good.
gonna rub that in wide open. Shit.
I had a weird craving when I got home this evening, so I just made some bacon. Good.
Hmm.
That's
You
not a
know,
weird craving. That's a
you,
natural craving.
I say
yeah,
that's
that's and for those of you who don't know, Greg does that quite often. Actually, you just randomly eat bacon.
I do.
you might like the bacon jerky.
I do, actually.
I'm
Absolutely.
obsessed with it. It is delicious. I get in trouble eating too much of it.
I like bacon jerky. I like venison jerky. I like venison sausage. Summer sausage. Anyway, so
I've never actually had venison jerky.
oh,
Venison jerky's good. If you've never had venison-based sausage, I will do what I can to get you some because my husband gets it all the time. So
it is
That
it is
sure
good stuff. It is very good
sounds
stuff.
yummy, man.
All right,
See,
so
y'all had an amalgamation of good food. I just had a cup of noodles, garlic bread, and string cheese because it's the last day before payday. So
oh my.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That word.
Yeah, it took me a little bit longer for the beginning of the stream because I had to get a nice fresh cup of coffee to get rolling for tonight. So with that, let's do a quick introduction and then we'll do a little bit of a recap from last week and roll us up to where we are right now for episode 2 of the UAS Wisp. Let's start out with you, Jeff.
Hi, folks. I am Rob, and I play Jeff Washburn, the UAS Wisp's hotshot pilot and first officer.
Okay.
He's out here just doing loop de loops and drinking beer, usually in that order.
That's what you're doing with my ship. Jeez.
Yep.
Mercedes, how about you next?
I'm Jenny. I play Mercy, um, the quieter individual who prefers to keep to herself. Doesn't want to tell anything about her backstory, background, nothing like that, and apparently really doesn't like people double checking her work.
Cool. And Nova.
hi, I am Chloe, and I play Nova, the payload specialist. She's pretty laid back, pretty hippie-ish, and she likes plants.
Nice. And
Likes
last but
that grass.
that's what I okay. So last but not least, Vincent.
Hi, I'm Matt. I play Vincent Volandis, the crew's medic. He's somewhat soft spoken and a little awkward, but takes his job very seriously, which makes it difficult when most of you fuckers won't let him do his job of actually keeping up with your health. Nova's the
Wow.
only one that has actually worked with him. Like, yeah, okay, you can you know you can do the checks with me after thawing everyone out from being frozen.
I'll take
So,
some ibuprofen. He'll be all right.
have a glass of whiskey. Everything be fine. All right, so that's the introduction of our player characters. We also have some NPCs on board, which you all will get to meet if you have not already. We'll be placing some bios up for those folks in our Discord. So if you're not a member of our Discord, please do sign up for our Discord and get a little bit more detail on the storyline and be able to interact with us more directly. So a recap for where we come last week. So the UAS Wisp took on some new crew at the Genesi station, and our long term crew is our pilot Jeff, who's been around for a while. They were carting some help into basically the outer rim, so unexplored territory. They took some stuff out to a UA base, and they picked up some cargo there that they may or may not have actually wanted to pick up, but they were kind of put into a position where they had to carry this payload. Not a big deal. They got on their way and got into their hypersleep, ready to make their journey, which is, I believe, around 100 days in hypersleep. They spent about 30 days in hypersleep before the automated system mother woke them up. Actually, woke up Mercy and Jeff because there was an abnormality in space. Mercy and Jeff were checking that out and realized that it's a derelict ship. So they dropped out of FTL, woke up the rest of the crew to check this out because emergency beacon out there. So that puts us where basically everybody is just getting out of their hypersleep, and Captain Rex has just come on the bridge to find out what the hell's going on. All right, you two, this better be good. Why the hell are you waking us up?
Mercy kind of
Well.
looks over and points to the blip that she found with the ship, and she's like, ultimately, he made the call, but we found what appears to be derelict ship.
Yeah, pretty much what she said, Rex. No. I know our cargo's packed. Well, not packed full considering we just got that ore in there. But I don't know. What do you think? Should we go check it out? Could be some good salvage. Could be some people need some help.
Rex kind of moves up by you, Jeff, looking at the instruments there. Yeah. Some people who need some help, I guess. Guess if I needed help, I'd want somebody to stop and help me, right?
That's the general sentiment. But I'll tell you this. It's I don't know. I mean, we've seen a couple wrecks in our days, and they always give me the creeps. This one, no different.
To be fair, we are out in an uncharted area. So if we did choose to go over, we need to be careful. No telling.
Go over?
who.
What are you talking about?
I mean, if we're going over to help.
It's a freighter. Yeah, we do some salvage, but let's just take a look. Don't get us in too close. Just this.
All right, go and take a peek. So as they've kind of agreed to, Jeff kind of basically turns on the headlights for the ship and starts kind of maneuvering closer.
Okay. How close are you gonna get?
The vessel. It's probably gonna get within about 100 meters.
Close. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rex is just kind of looking at you. He's like, "The hell are you doing?" I said, "Not too close."
Yeah, it's 100 meters out. We're all right. Don't worry. It's me. It's me we're talking about. If Rex is paying attention, he'll notice there's like a Guinness beer underneath the main console.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me we're talking about.
That's what good. We're all right.
All right.
Why are
Go
there
ahead.
2 ships out there?
He's not that drunk.
Yeah.
Man, good point.
So Vincent, Nova, and you two just got woken up out of FTL. Vincent, you do notice that it appears that the proper shutdown procedures were followed
Yeah.
for the hypersleep.
I think at the end of last time, Vincent was already woken up. He had talked to Jeff about
Mhm.
the ship.
Okay.
So I think right now Vincent was going to gather some of his things.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gone to his little the med bay where he's got his stuff. He's grabbing his medical kits, whatever he might need. Uh
Secret
he's
stash.
already in yeah, he's already kind of working the assumption that they're gonna go and like in case they're gonna go and like help the people on that ship. So he's putting on a his compression suit. He's getting all geared up.
Gotcha. And how about you, Nova?
Well, Nova was kind of woken up by Mercy and half asleep, half awake. She just threw on some pants. So she's just wearing a sports bra and pants and has head down to the cargo to make sure everything's okay with that.
All right. And okay, so when you enter the cargo bay, um, for the most part, everything seems to be in order. I mean, basically, this cargo that you've been asked to carry is all in large lined containers. So they're completely sealed. Actually, it looks like magnetic seals.
All right. She's going to go over and look at the paperwork, see if there's anything that needs to be checked on a regular basis.
From what you can tell, there really isn't much on this paperwork. It's a lot of it has been redacted.
Does it say whether or not it's radioactive?
Nope.
Hmm. Nova is going to sigh and just make sure all the crates are still locked up properly and nothing has been moved.
No, everything seems to be secure in place.
All right. She's going to hesitantly head up to the bridge then. She doesn't quite entirely trust whatever's in those crates.
There are 10 crates.
Yeah, she doesn't trust it still.
Okay.
So she's going to hesitantly head up to the bridge to see what all the commotion is about.
All right. When you get up on the bridge, uh, you pass Vincent in the hallway leading that direction. Kind of as you're going by the med bay, and you notice that he looks like he's all geared up and ready to go EVA.
She kind of looks over at him and looks a little bit concerned and asks, is there damage to the ship? What's going on?
Oh,
Why are you in a suit?
well, this is more of a just in case type thing. Um, we don't know yet if there's any damage to the derelict ship, but if there is, this would come most in handy.
Nova kind of blinks a couple times and says, is there damage to our ship? I didn't know
Oh,
there was
ours.
derelict ships.
Oh, no, none to ours. Not that I know of. I believe we'd probably be hearing some alarms if it was.
Hmm. All right, and she kind of just gives him a couple more looks up and down, and then just heads up to the bridge.
Okay. You get up on the bridge, you notice Jeff and the captain seem to be. Jeff obviously piloting the craft, but the captain seems to be leaning on a terminal, kind of looking out the front viewport, almost like looking out a windshield, basically.
Nova just quietly takes a seat and waits for any information to come from anybody. She's still pretty groggy, so she doesn't really think to let them know that she's there. She kind of just takes a seat and just sits there and watches the commotion that's happening.
So Jeff's fiddling with a couple of instruments there, and he's like, "Well, nothing's coming up on thermals, so I'm willing to bet." And again, as he's basically kind of going around the ship to see if anything stands out, like if the ship is damaged or if it might be dead in the water. But he'd say, "Yeah, nothing's come up on thermals either. They're no more, or they're still in hypersleep, and the ship has just gone to emergency power." And as he's looking through his instruments, he's like, one thing I don't see, anybody at the, and he pauses for a moment. There's no single beacon, there's no SOS beacon, nothing's popping up. It's like
I
it's just
mean, Mercy
there.
kind of pipes up and goes, "Well, I mean, there's no really telling how long it's been out here. So, I mean, even if they were in hypersleep or whatever, I mean, if they've been out here for a while, they could very well just be dead.
Yeah,
Never
it's a
even
good
woke up to be able
possibility.
to give off an SOS."
Yeah. Captain kind of looks over at you, Mercy, and is like, why don't you try to hail him? See if we can get any answer.
She nods and she'll start up to try to hail him, see if she gets any response.
Okay. So while she is doing that, Vincent, are you going to head up to the bridge, or?
Yeah, I think once he's got all of his stuff gathered, he'll head up to the bridge.
Okay, you get up there, and this is you basically see you have Jeff, who's piloting the ship. You haven't had a lot of experience with Rex, but you would say this is probably the most emotional you've seen this guy, and it's not really emotion; it's more he looks concerned. And Mercy is trying to, looks like she's trying to hail somebody on the radio. And then you have Nova, who is just seated, patiently waiting.
Nice. Alright, so he's just gonna look at Jeff and be like, so how do things look?
And as Vincent gets Jeff's attention, he kind of turns back to him, and he notices he's in the EVA suit and all ready to go. He's like, "Oh, you ready to rock and roll, huh? All right, you doc. Just gonna go out there and spacewalk a little bit. Okay, I respect it. As for how it's going, well, we're trying to figure out if these folks are dead or not. So that's about the extent of it."
And after Nova overhears Jeff talking about whether or not deciding if they're dead or not, she's actually going to go head back to her quarters and grab her motion tracker and an AV suit as well.
Okay. Rex just kind of turns and looks over his shoulder at you, Vincent. He glances over his shoulder like he's turning back, and then he turns back and looks at you. What do you
Does a
think you're
double
doing?
take.
Well, being prepared just in case. We should be boarding.
Yeah. Yeah, anything on those comms yet?
She kind of Mercy kind of looks at her and goes, nothing so far.
So did you get a good look at it there, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's looking dead in the water. I don't see any damage. There's no hull breaches.
Yeah, I don't see
I
damage.
don't know. Maybe. Oh, maybe something happened with their power supply. But, I mean, honestly, a lot of the evidence is pointing to what Mercy kind of hinted at. This might happen when they were in hypersleep. Well, if they were in hypersleep, emergency protocols would have taken over. They would have been woken up. So why no SOS?
Well, not a freighter. Too big to be a lifeboat. I don't think I've seen a ship of that configuration.
It doesn't look familiar to me either. And so Jeff is still kind of circling the vessel. He's actually looking for like an ID number on the ship, like basically like a tail number.
Gotcha. You don't see anything on it. So there's no markings on the outside of the ship. It definitely looks like it looks like it was of our construction. So it doesn't necessarily look like an alien vessel. I mean, it looks like it was. It's not a freighter, but it's not necessarily like a military ship either.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not big enough to be a colony ship. So
he's like, a ship that size, probably a crew.
it's medium class.
Yeah, probably what, 20 or 30 people, probably less.
20 or 30 might be quite a few.
Mm,
I'm betting more like 10.
No tail number, no ID number, nothing, nada. So
No beacon.
nope.
It's
Maybe.
possible they could have had a systems malfunction.
Thinking maybe we should just mark it. Get on our way.
Just mark it. Who else is going to be out here?
Yeah, if it's still there when we come back this way, we can check it out.
If anyone is alive in there now, there's no assurance that they will be by the time we come back.
So you're a good Samaritan, huh?
Doc's got a point, but I mean, and Jeff kind of looks back at Vincent. He's like, for all intents and purposes, they're probably already dead, man. And this ship is dead as a doornail.
Then the most we will have lost is a couple hours.
Mercy kind of pipes up with a limited amount of time to get to where we need to go and flying through uncharted territory with no clue what else is coming.
Don't want to say that, but what she said, we're already on the clock.
All right.
I know, Rex. At the end of the day, it's your call, man.
Derelict ship, no beacon.
No
Tell you what,
ID.
it might be good salvage. I mean,
Might
Yeah.
be.
Why don't you just keep an eye on it for a little bit? See if we see anything that would indicate signs of life.
All right. So we'll hold here. We'll say about an hour.
Yeah. How's that sound, Doc?
That will suffice.
All right. Anybody got any
I,
objection?
No, I'm good. He kind of again he parks the ship about 100 meters out. And he kind of glances over at Mercy. You might want to put on a looping hail every 15 minutes, maybe. See if we get anybody.
Already got it planned.
Sweet. I'm gonna go get me He kind of leans down, grabs his beer, and kind of shakes it. Get me another beer.
Grab me some coffee.
And he steps away and heads towards the galley.
All right. So you guys are gonna set for a little bit here. Unfortunately, I need to step away for just a moment. So I'm gonna put us on a little bit of a break. I'll be right back. 5 minutes.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Sorry, I had to step away for just a moment. Okay. So, Jeff, as you're watching this ship, you do notice that it does have some power.
Okay.
There are some deck lights on the underside of the ship that are flashing. So
Gotcha.
it's not like it's completely out of power. Um, there are no other signs of life though.
Gotcha.
Mercy, you set
So,
your communication on a loop, and you don't see any response. It just keeps looping every whatever the interval is. I believe you're talking like 15 minutes.
About every 15.
yeah.
Okay.
So when Jeff gets back, she'll let him know, hey, there's nothing. I mean, if there is anybody there, they either can't get to communications down. I mean, I'm iffy on this one. We don't know what caused this.
All right. So she relays that information to him. He notices the deck lights that are on, and he's he is definitely on the same wavelength as her in terms of this doesn't inspire good vibes. He's not in any rush to go investigate.
Okay. Nova, as you head back to you go back and get yourself ready. As you're coming back out of your quarters, basically, you also because the bunks are all basically right together. Um, you see Lacey is there. Hey, what's going on?
I don't know. There's some derelict ship. We're trying to determine if there's anybody on it.
Oh, a derelict ship, huh?
Yes. Yeah. So
Cool.
far, there hasn't been any movement, but you never know. Hence and she motions to her motion detector.
Oh, you're gonna go over there?
I don't know. We'll see. Might be best just head over there with the doc for a second and have the motion detector tell us whether or not there's really anybody on there. If not, then we just head right back.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I'll just stay here then. I'll go check on the cargo.
She nods. She just says, I just went and checked. There's nothing new. Seems okay, but, never hurts for another pair of eyes to go look.
Yeah. What do you know what it is?
Nope. Everything's pretty much redacted. Won't even tell me if it's radioactive or not.
Ooh.
All I know
Scary.
is that it's some sort of ore, but no other details other than that.
All right. Well, good luck over there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. She just kind of saunters away.
Nova just kind of watches her walk away and just looks a little bit confused about that wording and then heads up to the bridge.
All right. Rex comes back at this point. He kind of walks along with you, Nova. Oh, you want to go over there too, huh?
Nova shrugs and just says, not necessarily. It might just be good to get over there, get the motion detector moving, see if there's actually anything there, and if there isn't, just head right back.
Yeah, it's kind of a ways out here to tow it.
Nova nods and says, well, I know you're probably more concerned about, the salvage, but if there's somebody on there, we should help.
Uh-huh. Jeff, as they're come walking up on the bridge.
Yo, what's
Well,
up?
what do you got?
Not much. I mean, we do have some deck lights on him. Kind of, he maneuvers the ship so that they're visible. But nothing other than that. Nada.
Deck
Which
lights. Okay.
is concerning in and of itself. If they manage to get, again, I know we're shooting in the dark here because we don't know what the hell's going on. But if they manage to get the deck lights on, why not call for help?
Unless their comms are busted, like I said earlier. They may not have a way to call for help.
Huh.
Unfortunately,
You know
there's no
Okay.
real way of knowing unless we go over, or we choose not to and just go. I mean, we got more questions than answers, and the only way to really answer them is over there, unfortunately.
Well, I can see their comms array from here, so it doesn't. Everything looks fine. I don't know. All right. Turns around and kind of looks to see who's here. Looks at you, Nova. Vincent, are you back on the bridge?
Yeah. Yeah, he's there.
All right. So obviously, you two want to go over there.
Vincent nods. It's like, yes, if there could be people alive on there that could very much need some help.
Nova just shrugs and says, I don't necessarily want to go over there, but I'm the one with the motion tracker, so.
All right. Well, I suppose we could take the lifeboat over there.
All right.
Which
I'll
means, and he slaps you on the shoulder, Jeff, which means they're going to need a pilot.
yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Think I'm going to let one of these people. Anyway.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So he messes with some instruments and he flips a couple things on, and out of the ship you see a little buoy get launched. He's like, I'm gonna set up a buoy, an SOS beacon here, just in case. I don't know. Like I said, this one, they always give me the fucking creeps, but this one especially so.
All right.
And considering we're out in uncharted space, it might be a while before anybody gets it anyway. But just in case.
All right. Let's see. You're going to need to take somebody over there to check on the power.
Yep.
Oh,
Get one of the engineers up here.
yeah. Mercy, called Gupta up here.
Yes, sir. And she'll send out a call to him tells him, Captain said get your butt up to deck now.
Yes. All right. So I think he can take care of if there's any power there. Oh, well, let's see. What else should we say? Mercy, you want to go over there?
I mean, if you got a need for me to, more eyes can't hurt. Nor could another gun if shit hits the fan.
Well, maybe you can get their comms back up and going. Yeah, why don't you four? Why don't you five take the lifeboat over there? See if you can gain entry. If anything smells funny, pack up your toys and get back here immediately. Got it?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mercy kind of gives him a salute. And she kind of glances down at her outfit she grabbed getting out of the pod. She's like, well, in that case, I better go change. I'll be back.
All right. Man, we need to get a pilot on this ship. Just for moments like these. I'm the main pilot. We need to get another one.
I can pilot my own ship. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But you don't.
All you hear
Right.
is Mercy giggling as she's headed out to go get changed.
Teddy, get on that gun.
So,
Anything?
Jeff parks the ship.
But
Jeff parks the ship, gets up, and he actually heads into his quarters, which are actually like literally connected to the bridge, meaning like there's a door just off the side that is actually his quarters. So he steps off, goes and changes. He comes back out wearing an EVA suit, and he actually has he walks out with what looks like a reinforced laptop. And anyone who knows piloting and whatnot, it's literally just an uplink terminal.
so you guys get on the lifeboat. It's basically just a smaller ship, is what it's a decent size ship, but it is only designed to hold a crew complement of 4. So luckily, you're not going very far. You guys get detached.
Thank God.
You guys get detached from the Wisp and begin to fly over to this other ship. You're not very far away from it, so you're basically just kind of coasting along and get yourself lined up. Jeff, as you are looking at this ship, you notice that it does have a couple of hatches, exterior hatches, but it doesn't have docking clamps or anything like that. So you're going to have to do a hard dock with this thing, which means you're going to have to line it up just right.
Yeah, and he's already got that and kind of got that going through his head as he's been looking at the ship. He thankfully made sure to also pack his diagnostic device, which hopefully if they have problems getting in, it'll allow them to crack that door open. So he kind of starts maneuvering the hatch of the lifeboat into position to hard dock with the outer doors of this vessel.
Okay. Give me a piloting roll.
Got it. All right.
Oh baby, 3 successes.
That's
Man, Tokyo drifts into place.
right.
Smooth. All right, so I'm going to have each of you roll, outside of you, Jeff. Nova, Mercy, Vincent, I'm going to have you guys roll me an observation roll quick, please.
All right.
Wow, okay.
We all got quite a lot of successes there.
So as you guys get closer to this ship, you do see there are lights on the exterior of this ship. They're just not, they're basically like running lights for the ship itself. You see the strobes that Jeff pointed out, which are going on the bottom of the ship. And Jeff like pilots you guys in like an expert and just kind of smoothly lands the ship, couples with the other ship, but your lifeboat. And you are now docked. You don't have entry to the ship yet, though. So, you get a hard dock with that ship. You open up your exterior door, and now you're looking at the. I mean, you're hard docked with the ship. You're looking at the outside of this ship over this hatch.
Mm-hmm. So as the ship is docked, Jeff kind of gets up. He grabs two things. Well, he has two things on him. He has his PR uplink terminal, and then he grabs his system diagnostic device. He walks over to the outer hatch, and he's gonna try to basically crack this safe open to help get them inside.
Okay.
Nova, who also has her tattered old duffel bag that's mostly duct tape now, and she pulls out her maintenance jack and follows a little bit behind Jeff. If he can't get it open, maybe the maintenance jack will help.
Give me a comtech roll, Jeff.
All right, there you go.
Okay. You
Got success.
you are having a little trouble getting this thing open.
All right. So Jeff kind of walks up to it, and as there's a small little hatch, a small little panel right next to it, he kind of gets out his tools, pops it open, and starts fiddling around with it. And the panel itself is working, meaning there's power to it. It's just for some reason there's a disconnect between the panel itself and the door. It's like, well, looks like this nut's gonna be a little hard to crack.
Hey, Mercy, what are you doing?
She's just kind of watching and waiting. She's
Vincent?
letting them have all the fun.
Vincent?
Yeah, so Vincent, he puts the helmet for his compression suit on. It has built-in comms, so he's going to essentially reach out to the captains, like testing communications. Captain, do you read me?
Yeah, I read you.
Perfect.
How's it going over there?
We have successfully docked with the ship. Now, Jeff appears to be trying to get us into the ship by accessing a panel.
Okay. Keep me
I will
posted.
keep you updated.
Keep the comm open.
Will do.
So the engineer Gupta, Mercy, and Vincent, he's kind of standing back there by you guys. Just kind of watching, and he looks between you two, and he sees Vincent put his helmet on, and he looks at him for a minute, and then scrambles around, grabs his own helmet, and starts putting it on.
Just to be safe, of course.
Yeah. Locks that up. Of course. Yeah, I want to be safe. Shouldn't somebody stay here on our ship?
Mercy kind of looks at him and goes, except we need you to check this, like the captain said.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, okay, but I mean, somebody should stay here and keep it warm or something, right?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. The pilot probably. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty important that the pilot can, do what he does. Pilot things.
Do you want to tell him that?
Yeah.
Mercy just kind of straight. She's like, I'm sure it'll be fine.
He grabs a satchel that has tools in it. He just kind of stands there like, oh fuck.
Mercy kind of looked.
go ahead.
Mercy kind of looks over. It's like, Jeff, you got it. You need help.
Maybe. So he kind of looks over because I'm assuming Nova's like standing like kind of like right behind him.
Yeah.
So he notices the tool she got in her hand. He's like, "You, let's see if you take crack at this and pop this fucking bad boy open." Technology is
Alright.
not working today.
Nova kind of nods and takes out her maintenance jack and puts on her helmet as well, just in case. And gets ready to use that tool to try and open up this door.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's a heavy machinery roll.
No, I am going to have you do a Comtech roll.
Ooh, okay. Real.
Which I'm
Okay.
I'm
It
doing.
does say a common.
I'm doing you a favor with this, by the way.
Okay. I just don't get my +1. But I guess I can push twice. Yeah, we're gonna push it once.
Okay.
Really? Only one more? Okay, push it again. Okay,
Oof.
one success.
So you push twice. Okay. So you guys notice that okay, Jeff didn't get it open, and Nova's kind of struggling with getting this door open. Seems like the door doesn't want to come open.
Is it at close enough range that
Oh,
Nova could use
hold on.
the? Okay.
Vincent and Mercy.
Yes.
You guys are watching this. What are you gonna do?
Vincent's gonna look at Gupta, the engineer. Like, do you think you might be able to assist them? They seem to be having a bit of difficulty.
Yeah, probably. You know, but nobody asked me, so I'm just doing my thing.
Well, you could consider this me asking you.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you, Mercy. So how about you?
He's watching. He's actually trying to observe what they're doing as she kind of moves in a little closer, just kind of watching. Trying to see if, like, follow what they're doing before she would, like, give any advice, because she wants to, like, make sure she doesn't screw it up further.
I didn't sign on for this shit. Why are we doing this? Why are we going over here? I don't. What? There's nobody here. We should just go.
We don't know that. There may be people inside.
I mean, everything's pointing to there's not, but Captain agreed. And I guess salvage.
Salvage. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. All right. Captain pay is pretty good, I guess. I could do that.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Jeff is just sitting there listening to this whole thing, just staring at him.
Okay. So you're looking back at these guys and watching what they're doing, watching them have their conversation.
Yep, he's like
It's a little bit ridiculous.
standing right here.
Nova is not even paying attention. She's just looking at the door, trying to get it to open, and going, "Fuck, fuck,
Well,
open!"
So Nova, as you're working on this door, you did actually succeed, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So as you're working on this door, it's definitely not wanting to open. It's almost really not sure exactly why. Jeff was talking about circuitry and all this stuff, and everything seems to be in order. And as you're kind of doing what you're doing with it, leverage on it a little bit, and it suddenly pops open, and you feel this sucking feeling. Everybody in the room feels this sucking feeling. And you hear this as it begins to open.
Depressurization.
Everybody add 1 stress.
Sweet.
Lovely.
The door comes open, and you feel the pressure doesn't exactly equalize right away. It's not like a vacuum sucking you in, but the pressure on the other ship is obviously a little lower than the pressure in your ship.
Mm.
So it sucks the air out of your ship. The air in this ship is thin.
At that point, Jeff pops on his helmet.
Helmet light.
Mercy would have done the same.
Okay.
Yep. Pops on the helmet light, make sure the helmet is sealed and all that good stuff, obviously. He
Nova,
grabs his scanner or his diagnostic device and the uplink terminal and looks back at the rest of them.
Nova is going to get out her motion tracker device.
All right, outstanding.
Get
As
ready to use it.
So as you guys are doing this, Gupta is just kind of watching you guys. All right, so when you know where I need to go, you let me know, and I'll go take care of it.
Mercy kind of glances at him, is like, or you could just come with us, because
Jeff is
what
like,
I better.
no, your happy ass is coming with us. We're gonna take you to the engineering room, I guess. You're gonna get some power to this fucking place, and we're gonna figure out what the fuck happened.
Well, you're coming with me, right?
That's what I just said.
I don't
We're
think
going-
we're splitting up anytime soon.
We're going to engineering or wherever it is that we need to go to get power to the ship. And then we're going to go to the bridge and figure out what the hell happened. So let's go.
All right. So as you enter this ship, on the other side of this door is an airlock that is open on the backside, so it opens into the ship, and there's a corridor. The air inside the ship, like I said, is thin, but you also see what looks like a layer of dust. And the dust is kind of, the filament is in the air.
Mm-hmm. Jeff was kind of looking around, noticing this, and he's like, "Oh, Mercy, I think you were right. This ship seems to have been here for quite a while."
So the airlock opens into a corridor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a north-south corridor.
Okay.
Which way you going? Right or left?
Jeff is gonna go left.
Okay.
Keep your eyes peeled for any indication on where the hell engineering or might be, engine room might be, or what have you. It's
Mercy, as Jeff is doing this, saying this, Mercy, Vincent, Nova, give me an observation roll.
All right.
oof.
Nova. Second. All right, Nova, I'm gonna have you give me a D6 roll and add your add your stress level to it.
Okay, that is a 2 plus 3 is 5.
You're feeling a little stressed at this point. Um, this ship is actually quite spooky, and from your experience, and dust is really unusual space. The only time you've ever seen like dust, it's not really dust. It's usually left over from shedding, like animals or humans shedding their skin.
All right.
Gross.
Nova, who has taken out the motion tracker, her hands are shaking a little bit, and she says, I don't like the dust, guys. I don't like it. It's gross. I don't like it.
Oh well, it's just dust.
No, not in space. Not in space. It's not.
Alright, well, alright.
Skin flakes. Gross.
Well, keep it
If
together.
if anything, is proof that people are, or at least were, here.
Well, Doc, at this rate and the way this ship's looking, it's probably a were.
Remember?
We can't count that out yet. If they had power still for those lights, it is possible that their hypersleep systems are still functioning.
Depending on how long it's been out, but yeah, maybe.
By the way, as I don't want to, I think I failed to mention this, but Jeff would have done this as they left the lifeboat. He would have closed the lifeboat's doors.
Okay.
Like the ship's outer hatch is still open, but the lifeboat's vessel's doors are closed.
Marcy will kind of look around for a minute, and she goes, "Wait a minute, guys, this looks like the way to the bridge. Are we sure this is the way we want to be going?"
No, we don't need to be coming towards the bridge, but it's good that you noticed that. Let's go the other way around. So he turns and just walks the other way. Always on the lookout for like any indication that they're heading towards like the engine room or whatever.
Yeah, and she's like, "But I mean, usually bridges, communications. So I guess I kind of do need to go that way. Maybe."
Oh, you can't get use the communications without power. And while
No,
yes,
but I can at least make sure there's no damage to it.
Nova kind of just looks at Mercy and says, "You really want to split up?"
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to stay here by myself. But
okay,
faster
then
work, we
let's
get out of here
go.
faster.
then let's go towards the engineering, get power on, so you can actually use the comms. If they're broken, they're going to be broken whether the power's on or not. At least we'll have power.
So over your internal comms, you hear the captain. What's going on over there? What's taking so long?
Hey, Captain, we're trying to get power onto this vessel if possible. And honestly, though, it's looking like if there were any people here, they're exactly that, a were. Although the doc still holding out hope.
Why don't you check for people first? You know, if there's anybody alive on that ship, there's no salvage, right?
Yeah, I know.
So let's figure out if we're saving lives or salvaging a ship.
All right. I guess we're heading to the hypersleep pods, wherever the hell those. He's sitting there thinking. He's like, oh, those will probably be near science. I don't know. This is definitely not a configuration I've seen before. So let's go see if these people are still alive or if they're popsicles.
So you head down this corridor. Now going to the right.
Yep.
And you head down that corridor probably about 30 feet, and it branches off to the left. Looks like there's a couple of branching corridors that go off of that direction. Rooms, possibly.
All right. So yeah, Jeff is gonna move down towards the towards that corridor since it only goes to the left, right?
Yep.
All right. So he moves down and comes to the first door, looking for any indication what the door was behind it.
One looks like it peers into a galley.
All right. So he's. Is there like a window that he can look into?
No, the door is open.
Oh, okay. So he just peeks in, gives a quick look around. Is the galley large enough that he might have to move into the room, or can he kind of get it?
It's a good size. I mean, it's a good size galley. You can tell it's basically the same size as the galley on the Wisp.
Gotcha. So he looks around, kind of gets a general idea. Yeah, if there were people in here, you'd already seen them. So he moves on past that to the next door.
Okay.
Are all the doors open, or was it just that one that was open?
Both of these doors in this hallway are open. You can basically, this hallway runs about 30 feet across. And there's like an atrium at the end.
Gotcha.
You got these two branching off areas. One is a galley. The other area kind of looks like kind of a little rec room.
So he pokes his head in there as well, just to see if there's if anybody was playing Pong or something. Well,
all right.
All things are happening.
Vincent, what are you doing?
So Vincent's going to be fiddling with his helmet because another functionality it has that has a helmet cam that can actually sync up with a monitoring system. So he's probably going to set up like pretty much a live feed to the captain back on the ship.
Nice. Roll me an observation roll, Vincent.
Okay. No successes, I swear.
Okay. And Nova, what are you doing?
Well, I really want to use this motion detecting device if possible.
I am assuming that you turned that on when you came in here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is
and
correct.
You're not detecting any. Everything's pretty still.
All right. Nova is going to take a look around, see if she can see any like food or anything that's in a state of decay that she might be able to, determine how long this place has been here, or even plants. Yes, if the plants are dead, she can determine how long they might have been dead for. So
you do see one tray on one of the tables in the galley that still has what looks moldy food on it. There's a cup there, what looks like it was coffee, half full cup of coffee.
She's gonna poke whatever food is there and see if it disintegrates easily.
No, it mushes.
Okay, well, it's not dusty. It's not turning to dust yet, so still relatively new.
It's got a crust on it though. And it's
That's gross.
definitely been there for a little while.
Yeah, but it's not like dry and just poofs into dust.
Right?
So
Mercy. What are you doing?
She's just kind of following along right now. Following behind Jeff.
Following behind Jeff? Okay.
Yep.
So, Jeff, do you actually go into this rec room?
He kind of steps in, like inside, not too far past the doorway, just to make sure that he can see as much of it as he can.
All right. I'm kind of looking around in here. I mean, there's no power in here. It's, all the lights, everything's turned off.
He's using the light from his
Yep.
helmet.
And it definitely, it looks like it has been in use, but not recently.
Gotcha. He does. I'm assuming he doesn't. There's no body, living or dead, in there.
Nope.
So he kind of steps in a little bit more into the room, starts kind of looking around and what's there and stuff like that.
What you'd expect to see. I mean, it's definitely a crew rec area. Yeah, there's a foosball machine in there. Looks like some playing cards, a couple of board games. There's some vid screens.
Okay, so he kind of takes a note of that and turns around and kind of heads back out. And he looks at Gupta. He's like, "All right, let's get you to engineering, and then once we get you situated, we're gonna head." He looks at Mercy. We're gonna get you up to the bridge, so we can take a look at those comms.
All right. Everybody following Jeff?
Yep.
I'm guessing.
Yep. And Nova is gonna keep that motion detector on just in case, something happens other than them moving around the ship.
All right. You guys get to this atrium at the end of this hallway. Now, the original hallway you were in kept going straight. You cut across the ship. You basically, this atrium's kind of what you were guessing is kind of like the middle of the ship. In here are some little overgrown looking plant. There's some dead plants in here, but some of the plants in here are obviously hardy enough to survive in a low oxygen environment. I don't know, maybe no oxygen environment.
I ain't taking my helmet off to find out.
Okay.
Nova is gonna take note of the plants and see what types are surviving compared to the dead ones.
So Vincent, in your ear, you hear, are those plants? What the hell is that?
Does Vincent see what I assume that's the captain speaking?
Yeah.
See what he's talking about?
Yeah, it's in this. The atrium itself is probably 30-foot circumference. I mean, it's reasonably big. It's not a huge room. You can tell that the lighting in this room is probably some sort of ultraviolet lighting to provide nutrients for the plants that are here. It's not on, obviously, but
It's like, interesting. Might be. Looks like they were growing something here, perhaps. I could
Could
get
be.
a closer look if you'd like.
no, no. Just keep going.
Very well.
Figure out if there's anybody on that ship.
All right. So, yep. Jeff moves past the atrium after they have their discussion about the plane.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just gonna continue on.
there are 3 other hallways leading off of this atrium. North,
Okay.
south, east, and west are where the halls are at. Which way you going?
Well, first I'm
Going
gonna have
south?
him look for any indication as to which way is the fucking engine room.
No signs or anything like that.
Right. So yeah, I guess he'll continue moving south.
Okay. Everybody gonna continue to follow Jeff?
Yeah.
Nova is going to take some cuttings of all the plants.
Okay. You move over by the plants and start taking some cuttings of the plants. Jeff and the others, meanwhile, are moving down the hallway.
Yeah. And she's making a mental note of which way they went.
Okay. So you head down this hallway, guys, and you come upon some what looks like the crew quarters, basically the bunk room. Not the FTL beds, but like the bunks for when they're active and awake in the ship.
Yeah.
Mercy's actually gonna go in and see if there's any kind of like maybe, you know how some people keep recordings, diary logs, if you will.
Okay,
She's gonna
so
go in and see if there's anything like that. Maybe they may have been awake, left a log, a freak out, something like that, to kind of give hint of what's going on the ship
well
until they get to logs.
the way this room is set up, there are 5 on each side. So this you enter into this room. And it's a short hallway, probably goes back about 10 feet and turns sharply to the right. And it's a wide space, probably about 5 feet wide, and then down each side are 5 of these bunks. And the bunks actually have roll ups on them. So that you do have some semblance of privacy. It's very much like the bunks on the Wisp. One of them is open. The other 9 are closed. You do see there's like some boots laying on the floor in this hallway. A couple towels and whatnot. Gonna head down and check out the one that's open, or what do you?
Yeah, she's gonna head down, check the one that's open, see if there's anything other than like the boots and towel or anything.
Okay.
Like I said, she's kind of looking for logs or a diary, maybe maybe somebody had left notes on what they were doing out there or something like that.
Okay, Jeff, what are you doing?
Jeff is gonna start. So whichever bank the open one is, he's gonna move to the other bank and start kind of opening up.
Okay, so you followed Mercy then.
Yeah.
All right, Vincent, what are you doing?
Did anyone notice that Nova broke off from the group for those plant clippings?
Well, you just noticed now that Nova's not with you.
All right, so he looks around, doesn't see a Nova, and just gonna go over the comms. Nova?
Yeah, give me a second. Oh, you're right there.
Where are you?
Just stayed behind in the atrium for a minute.
I see. Well, do be careful, and if you next time, it would be greatly appreciated if you let us know when you split off.
Yeah. Just give me 2 minutes.
Right. Okay.
Gupta, who's standing right next to you, Vincent, is listening on the comms, not over the comms. He doesn't say this over the comms, but he's looking at you, and his eyes get wide, and he's like, "Yeah, like that's not fucking suspect." So who the hell goes wandering off on their own on a spooky ass ship?
Oh, he's
Well-
good. They got some sense.
Well, her love of plants has not gone unnoticed, and I suppose we did see a few before, so perhaps they caught her interest.
Well, you apparently love people, and you're not wandering off to find people. You're still here with us. I don't trust that. I don't trust her. I don't know what she's doing. I don't like this shit.
Jeff is
I'm gonna go
listening to
find
this
engineering.
conversation.
Fuck this shit. And he starts walking off. Everybody else is gonna wander off. I'm just wandering off too.
Do stay in touch over comms.
He looks at Jeff looks at Vincent. Go with them. See if you can find the pods along the way. I'll keep an eye on her, and Mercy will. As a matter of fact, you guys, not Mercy, excuse me. You guys grab Nova on your way back to that atrium, and take it with you guys to engineering into those pods.
Yes, of course. And Vincent goes off to follow wherever Gupta is going, and again over the comms tells Nova, it's like, Nova, Gupta, and I will be heading toward you on the way for our search for the engineering.
Okay.
All right. And you hear a pot smash on the ground, and she says, "Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, I'll see you in a second."
Is everything okay over there?
Yep.
I heard something.
No, don't worry about it.
If you insist.
Bitch out here breaking shit.
So Nova, you now hear footsteps coming back from where they went, but you hear footsteps coming towards you. Heavy footsteps. Moving kind of quickly.
She scrambles to put one of the empty terracotta pots into her bag with some soil in it.
Yeah, she's super sus, man. What the fuck? robbing them of their plants? Well, yeah, super sus.
He's taking this salvage job a little seriously.
Seriously.
So Gupta steps into the atrium and he just kind of looks at you. You can tell, you know, he's got his light on the outside of his helmet, but it's got an interior light too, so you can kind of see his face, and he's just looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you know how hard it is to get soil out here? I'm taking whatever I can, man.
You don't even what happened here. You have no idea what happened here. You don't know if that's, I mean, that could be contaminated, and you're, man, I don't know about you people. And he just shakes his head and continues walking.
All right, Nova's gonna follow him.
Okay.
Make him even more paranoid.
So Vincent, as you see him, you see Gupta stop up in front of you. You kind of hear some of this exchange as you're coming up behind him, and as he takes off again, you see Nova, and she's kind of getting up to take off after him. It looks like.
He'll kind of catch up, kind of walking next to Nova. It's like, did you get everything you needed?
Nova kind of shrugs and says, I don't know, we'll see.
Of course. And in the case there are still people living here, I would recommend perhaps returning anything you might have taken. Of course, if
Nova
they're
kind of
not
just gives
alive.
him a slow nod of like, sure, they're still alive.
Well, if they're not alive, then I suppose it is fair game.
Great.
Yep.
Great. Just fucking put me over here on a derelict ship with a bunch of grave robbers. Great. So
didn't even wait to at least confirm if they're dead or not.
So you guys are heading north. If you're following Gupta, you're heading across the atrium into that north hallway. Down that way. Back in the crew quarters. So Mercy, You're moving. This open one is on the right, and it's the fourth one down. So there's one more beyond it. You can tell that one's open. You're kind of heading down there towards it. You know, you're seeing the stuff around, the shoes and whatnot that are on the floor. You're kind of moving up on this open bay, basically. These pods are like a little cube, but they're big enough that a fully grown human, you've got enough space in there. I mean, it's not uncomfortable, like super tight or anything, but you got enough space. You got a bed, you have some personal storage space. Generally, there's some lighting, maybe even a vid screen there, so you can lay in there and watch whatever. I would say television, but out here, who knows what that really is. And you're just kind of moving down that hallway. I'm assuming kind of slowly, right? Or are you just marching right down there?
Moving slowly.
Okay. Meanwhile, behind you, you hear Paul, or you hear Jeff talking to somebody. He's talking to these other guys over the comms. And suddenly you hear this racket coming from behind you. So
She's
Jeff,
gonna look over it.
so Jeff, you're yanking open the one on the left or the right?
The one opposite. So the bank of beds opposite of where Mercy's at.
Okay.
He's trying to speed up the process.
All right. So yeah, the door's stuck on this one a little bit. So are you just gonna yank it open, or what? What are you doing?
He's gonna try to kind of knock it open. Yeah. What do you need me to roll?
Nothing.
Okay.
So you hear this, Mercy, from behind you.
Mm-hmm.
This banging.
Stop being gentle about it.
She's gonna look over and it's like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to open this fucking thing. It seems like it's jammed.
That's not good.
Oh.
She'll kind of move over and it's like, please don't let us open and find a body. Please don't let us open and find a body.
I mean, it's possible.
So are you gonna move back over by Jeff to see what's in this thing, or?
Yes, but she's gonna regret every step she takes over towards it.
All right.
Because she's just thinking, this thing's gonna pop open. There's gonna be a dead body there.
So you're fighting with this thing, Jeff. It's really it's almost like maybe it was locked from the locked. I don't know, locked from the inside. They can lock from the inside or the outside, but I mean it feels like if you give a good solid yank, you can probably get it to come open.
That's essentially what he's gonna do.
Okay.
He's tired of fucking around with this stupid thing.
So you move up alongside of him, Mercy. Kind of, I'm assuming you're peering at this door to, maybe see what's on the other side of it.
But she's not gonna be in the way, so that if he does decide to rip the thing open, she's not gonna be caught in the crossfire of his hand going flying back.
And Jeff gives it a good solid yank, and the door comes flying up, and something comes falling out.
It's a body, isn't it?
No.
What is it?
It's a book.
It's a book.
So once Mercy's done freaking out at the fact of this thing falling out, because she's expecting a body, she looks down and goes, "Ooh, journal," and she reaches down to pick it up and open, hoping it's a journal so that they can kind of maybe figure out a little bit about these people.
On the binding, it says Gibran.
Okay.
Just a book, not a journal or anything.
She kind of looks at it and is like, well, not what I was. We need to find some logs or something, figure out what the fuck was going on with this crew.
So this it was obviously someone's. It's obviously someone's personal quarters. Um, the bed's not necessarily made. Little bit messy. Not bad, but a little bit messy. Looks like there's some pictures and whatnot that are little pictures that are hung up. Some personal belongings. The little shelf up here's got a little shaving kit and toothbrush and things like that.
Hmm.
You gonna dig around in there? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, she's gonna dig around, kind of look at the photos, maybe take them. I'm guessing they're old, like style paper Polaroid type bills
Hey,
for the photos.
you gotta climb in there to do this.
Yes, she's probably gonna regret it, but yes.
What's the worst that could happen?
You say that.
Hey, Jeff, you see what Mercy's doing. What are you doing?
So she's messing with that.
She's climbing in here. She freaked out when the book fell when you yanked the door open. Now she's climbing in there.
Jeff's kind of like, he moves on to the next bed. And are all the beds on at least, because this is the left side, are they all closed up?
Yep. There's only one that's open, and it's at the opposite end on the right side. Right.
Yeah. So he's moves over to the next bed and tries to yank that one open too.
Okay, this one slides right open. No problem.
All right. What do we got here?
Little different setup. Same. It's got no pictures in this one. That's the oddity. No books. Very, very sterile looking. Actually, a lab coat that's hung on a hook.
So he goes over to that lab coat immediately and starts looking for like an ID tag that goes with it.
Okay, you find an ID tag.
All right. What does it say?
Miriam Payne.
Miriam Payne, doctor. Does it? Obviously, she's probably a doctor of some kind, or
She's
maybe
a biologist.
Assistant biologist. Okay. All right. So he pockets that. Let me actually write that down on my notes.
Hey, Mercy, as you're going through this thing, you do find some personal belongings. You do find like a little journal. Whoever this person was, their name was Samantha. The ship itself, as you're reading through here, you find out that this ship is it's a lab ship. It's actually a scientific vessel. And whoever this person was, Samantha, looks like she was a maintenance personnel on board this ship. As you're reading through some of the entries, you can tell that she doesn't much like the scientists on board. She says they're rude, awful people, very sneaky, act like they're better than you are. Constantly having us clean up the messes that they make.
You kind of hear her mutter, stereotypical.
And the entries in the journal, you've got like 3 months worth of entries in this journal. Nothing really stands out as you're reading through here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down to Nova and Vincent. So you guys follow Gupta, and he kind of is just walking along, not really almost like not a care in the world. He's just walking along. This guy has some heavy footsteps. He's not trying to be sneaky at all. He's just walking along. stops at some crossing corridors, kind of looks both ways. Shit. He takes off to the right.
All right. Well, I guess Vincent's just gonna be trying to keep up with the guy. And what have they been passing by as they've been following Gupta? Has there been
This
anything of note?
this was just the hallway.
Okay, so nothing yet. No
Yep.
signs of.
And the hallway ends in a crossing hallway. So if you went straight ahead, you're staring at a wall. It went to the left and the right. And Gupta stopped and looked both ways and decided to go right.
Okay, so as Vincent kind of gets to that split in the hallway, before he follows Gupta to the right, he's gonna look to the left for a moment. What does he see down that path?
And the hallway goes on for about 40 feet. About 20 feet down on the left looks like a bulkhead door. And you see that same thing. Gupta went to the right, and you see him stopped by basically the exact same thing down 20 feet that way to the opposite direction.
So both ways are blocked by bulkhead doors, essentially.
No. The bulkhead doors are in the wall, basically.
Right.
The hallway goes down and ends. Looks like it turns back, heading north.
Okay. So Vincent, he's just gonna. I guess he's just gonna keep on following Gupta's lead.
Okay.
Since this place doesn't seem to have any like signs or indications of like directions to certain wings of the ship.
Nope.
I don't know, wandering around blindly is about all they can do right now. He's gonna look over to Nova. It's like, has your motion detector picked up anything?
Nova's gonna look down in it. Sorry, I got an itch in my throat.
Okay.
Need some water?
I'm out of water. That's the problem.
Oh no.
Yeah, Nova's gonna look down in it and see if anything has changed.
Nope. You're not seeing anything on the motion sensor.
All right, she just shakes her head and follows Gupta then.
Okay. And Gupta stopped in front of this door. He's kind of looking at it. Punches some buttons on a keypad. Just kind of punching them. I don't suppose we're going through this door.
And it's just blocked with a keypad, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Locked with one of those.
I think we need to get down to the lower level.
Yeah. Perhaps the layout of this ship is quite irregular. The fact that they don't have any signs in the hallways certainly doesn't help.
Well, our ship doesn't have signs in the hallways either. But yeah.
I feel as though that should be something most ships should have.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe when we get back to civilization, you can contact somebody and tell them that they need to start building their multi-million-dollar vessels with signs in the hallways. I'm sure that would love that idea.
I don't see why it would be problematic. Hospitals will often have signs to lead people to different wings.
Nova
I-
just taps Vincent on the shoulder and says, "He's fucking with you, man."
I see.
I love the doc.
Apologies. Carry on. I suppose we'll have to find another way.
He just
That doc
continues.
was the kind of guy who got shoved in lockers in high school.
He just continues on down the hallway, and then at the end of this hallway, it turns left.
So it just goes in a big circle.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm gonna leave you guys right there. Jeff, so you found this badge.
Yep.
Um,
Miriam Payne.
Miriam
the,
Payne.
Resident biologist. Or one of them, anyway.
Is
Is there anything else in her bunk?
Some a few clothes, different things. I mean, obviously you find the underwear drawer. I mean,
Nah, he ain't even looking for that.
okay.
Although, wait, they tend to hide some important stuff in underwear drawers, so maybe he's looking through there.
The perfect excuse you needed.
Okay.
Wow.
So Mercy, as you come out of the bunk you're in, you kind of glance into where Jeff's at, and you see him rummaging through female undergarment drawer.
She just kind of looks over, raises an eyebrows, like, "You over there being a perv or something?"
No, I found her fucking ID card. I'm wondering if she has any other information here. She's one of the biologists on the ship.
She's like,
And-
"Yeah, apparently there were a shit ton of them. This chick was a maintenance worker or something. Apparently this is some kind of lab vessel."
Did they say
And
she mentioned what they were working on?
nothing that I could see about what they were working on, but I mean, there's almost 3 months worth of entries here, so I mean, they were out here for a little bit at least.
All right. Well,
But
no,
I have a feeling we're probably going to find a lot of the same.
all right. So he, as Jeff is looking around, he actually he grabs the pillow and yanks the pillowcase off of it and stuffs the ID in there. Because he doesn't have any. Well, I mean, he has his laptop with him and stuff, but he doesn't actually have any to store stuff. At least not a lot.
She'll just kind of look at him funny. She's like, "Yeah. Anyway, really, our best bet's going to be probably trying to find ship logs to find out anything more.
Yeah, we'll probably either find that in the captain's quarters or up at the bridge. So
Possibly bridge."
yeah, but he as he grabs the ID, he doesn't. I'm assuming he doesn't find anything of note in her bunk other than the ID.
No, not really. I mean, a little bit of. You do find about 20 creds.
Yeah, he leaves those. He's whatever. But they did have that.
He'll go digging through their underwear, but the money is where he draws the line.
Oh my god.
Man has his priorities, I'll
He
admit
has
that, at
morals.
At least they were clean underwear.
I'm
I
a
mean.
pervert, not a criminal.
Exactly. So he moves over to the next.
Oh, okay. You guys gonna keep going through these, or are you?
Might as well. At least Jeff thinks, hey, more information we find, the more we know what the fuck's going on. So he kind of goes to the other ones and starts rummaging through them.
Mercy will kind of look at him funny. It's like, fine, and she'll go and start helping him go through the rest.
Well, if we're looking, might as well be thorough about it. Shit.
Yeah, I just think we would probably still find out more information about what they were working on in the freaking ship logs, not.
Yeah, this will take a couple minutes.
She kind of looks around, was like, couple minutes. Yep. You funny.
Well, you start at that end over there, and we'll meet somewhere in the middle.
So-
She just kind of shakes her head and goes back to the other side to start working.
Okay. Are you gonna start opening them up and taking a look?
Yep.
Okay. So back over with Vincent and Nova. Vincent, you follow Gupta around this corner. And at the opposite end of this hallway is it probably goes back another 30 feet, and there's what looks like a stairwell leading down. Gupta, he doesn't stop full stride. He just his heavy walk, just walking right for that stairwell.
Yeah, Vincent, just keeps on following along, and of course, I mean, Gupta seems to be kind of going a little haphazardly. Vincent is kind of just like looking around, just at what he can, see if there's any irregularities, what anything suspicious, etc., that type of thing. He's definitely, I mean, Vincent definitely is kind of looking around with a bit more caution than Gupta has been.
Okay. Vincent and Nova, I'm going to have both of you roll an observation check for me, please.
All right. Ooh, 2 successes, but there's a panic.
Both of you got a panic.
Yeah. Freaking sucks.
All right. So, give me just a moment. So, I'm going to have each of you, what is your... Okay, roll a d6 and add your stress level to it.
All right. I got a 4.
Okay.
I got a 7.
So, Vincent, I mean, this is, it's a little freaky in here. And the fact that Gupta is like just you know, going through here like a bull in a china shop, in your opinion, is, it's bothering you as you're trying to, be observant and look around, and you've got this dust and no lights, and, you know, just not a fun situation. Gupta doesn't seem to be slowed down at all, so you're kind of hard pressed to look around and be observant and keep up with him at the same time. I'm gonna Nova. You are really starting to get nervous, and you think that you see something as you're kind of going around this corner to head down this hallway. You think you see something move back over behind you.
With that, Nova is gonna let out a gasp, and her fight or flight kind of sets in, and she starts to run down the hallway.
Okay. Uh, Vincent, Nova comes running up behind you. Increase your stress by 1, please, both of you.
Oh God. Okay. Ooh.
How are you going to react to this?
I'd say Vincent was just a little spooked by Nova's just like running at him. So he kind of jumps a bit like, oh wait, Nova, is everything all right? Is there something there?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't?
Something moved. Something moved behind me.
Something moved? He's gonna be kind of looking behind, see if he does indeed see anything.
No, you look behind you. There's nothing there. I mean, that you can tell. You guys you've rounded this corner now, so I mean you're looking like 5 or 10 feet behind you, back to where the hallway turns, and you don't see anything there. You want to go peek around the corner and see if you see anything back down that other hallway, or?
Yeah, he'll kind of like slowly approach around the corner. He's actually gonna. He's had like a stun baton kind of like on his belt this whole time. He's gonna just kind of take that out, and as he kind of creeps around the corner, and is gonna just poke his head around.
So Nova, you see this. You see Vincent pulls out his stun baton, and he's walking back towards where you just came from.
Nova is gonna find the next available place to hide.
Okay. Vincent, you come up on
Yeah.
this. You come up on this corner. The light from your helmet isn't necessarily like a really super bright light where you're gonna get, this like daylight sense to it. In the dust in here does not help because it has kind of a reflective quality to it, and limits your vision in here. You get up there, peek around this corner. You got your stun baton there. It's kind of edge around that corner. There doesn't seem to be anything there. Or dust. You can see the tracks from where you've all come down the hallway. You've disturbed it, you're kicking up quite a bit of the dust. You can see you can see where Nova started running, because there's a bigger path where she started moving quickly down the hallway.
So Vincent was like, he was kind of holding his breath as he peeked around the corner, as he's just like kind of there looking around, pointing his little headlight in different directions, just check, and he doesn't see anything. He just kind of lets that breath go. It's like, um, Nova, I didn't quite see anything. Says he turns around, and I'm guessing she's already gone somewhere to hide, so he doesn't see her.
Well, there really isn't anywhere to hide in this hallway. I mean, it's not like a smooth hallway. There's air ducts and things, so I mean, it's not like she's completely hidden and you can't see her. She's just kind of ducked behind something to have some cover, pretty much.
Okay, but he can kind of see her.
Unless you're gonna kick open an air grate and crawl in the ventilation system or something, Noah.
No, she's not that spooked yet.
I suspect I don't see anything. It appears the coast is clear. Perhaps it was just a movement of dust in the air that caught your eye.
Nova's kind of breathing heavily, and she's got her she's got her back to the wall, and she's kind of curled up in a ball. And she says, "I think I just need a minute. I just need a minute. I need a minute to calm down. Go ahead and go. I'll follow your tracks, but I just need a minute. I need a minute to calm down."
And he's kind of gonna look at her with a bit of concern, and he's gonna look at Gupta. Has Gupta stopped at all? Like, is he like? Did he stop when this went down, or is he just keep on going?
No, you do see that Gupta stopped at the head of the stairs, and he's kind of he's got 1 foot down on the first step going down, and he's just kind of looking back at you two, watching you.
So Vincent's gonna look back at Nova and he's like, I do not believe being alone right now would be best for you. I think you should come along. I will keep an eye on the back should anything try to approach upon us.
Nova kind of sighs and gets up from the window and starts following Gupta again.
Okay, as you go to get up, Nova, just then you hear beep back up to Mercy and Jeff. So you guys are going through these cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, these bunks. You're not really finding anything. You get through a couple on your side, Mercy, and as you're going through the second one, it seems like it was female on one side and male on the other side. Because the stuff you're finding is definitely a guy's stuff. I mean, like the futuristic version of a Hustler magazine type of thing.
Mercy just kind of holds it out like the tip of her fingers and drops it and is like, no. You should have taken this side, but I'm not finding jack shit. Like, we probably want to head towards the bridge, look for these logs. I think we'll have better success.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing here either.
Give me an observation roll. Okay.
Nothing but no panic.
Jeff?
All right, stand by. Nada.
All right. Are you guys? Are you gonna leave and go look for the bridge?
Marcy's
Yeah.
going to try to convince him to go towards the bridge and see if we can find logs or something a little more substantial than a bunch of bunks.
Yeah, that's essentially what he's gonna do. He's gonna take whatever she's found and stuff it in the pillowcase that he's commandeered as an impromptu container, and they're gonna make their way back to the atrium, and then from there towards the corridor that's gonna lead him to the bridge.
Okay.
He's gonna communicate this to Nova, to Vincent and Gupta as well.
Go ahead, do that.
He's like, hey guys, we're finished over here in the crew quarters. We found a couple of things. Apparently, this is a science faring ship, biologist from the looks of it. Don't really know what they were working on, but we're hoping to find some more information up at the bridge, potentially the captain's quarters, in the form of ship logs. So we're heading there now. How are you guys doing?
It's like a small spook, but we are doing fine.
What do you mean a small spook?
The nerves are running a little high at the moment, and yes, it is nothing.
Well,
So-
that's fair. I mean, this place is creepy.
So Nova, as Vincent and Jeff are speaking, and you were just kind of getting up from your position against the wall, is when your motion tracker beeps. You get one little blip on there, and then it goes away.
She shakily looks at it and looks around and says, there was some motion somewhere that wasn't us for a second.
Where? That could mean someone is alive.
Can she tell?
You get another little beep, and it's just a little dot.
Does it say how far away it is?
Like it's probably 40 feet from you. It beeps a couple times and then gone.
She kind of looks up from it and says, it's about 40 feet away from us. It moved pretty quickly, and now there's nothing. And she looks over at Vincent and says, "You sure I can't take a minute to calm down?"
Um, hmm. Well, it's possible that there's someone else on the ship. Uh, does it look like it is in the direction we are going or behind us?
Is there any way to indicate that?
It's looks like it's probably towards the front more in the not directly in the direction of Gupta. Gupta would be directly to your right. This is kind of northeast from where you're at.
All right, she kind of repeats that and just says it's northeast. So yes, we are going north, but going in the opposite direction pretty much.
From you facing directly forward, it's at about 40 degrees to your right.
All right. She says it's mostly to the right of us.
I suppose we'll have to keep an eye out for any doorways leading to the right. Given that we have now seen some movement, it's very much important that we that we stay together. So, Gupta, if you just we could have just a minute for Nova.
You look back in the direction of Gupta, and you see the back of him rounding the corner as he's going down the steps.
Gupta, he's
hey, there's some light down here.
Huh? And Vincent's gonna kind of go to the end of that hall and kind of look around the corner, see what he's talking about.
So Vincent just walked away from you, Nova.
All right, he's still within sight, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nova just scrambles the rest of the way up and goes, "Shit, fuck, wait."
Jeff and Mercy. So you guys are heading on your way where you think the bridge is at. It takes you a little bit. You pass some other rooms. Looks like just mainly storage rooms. A conference room. And you make your way up to an open corridor.
Okay.
You can tell the bridge is in front of you because those doors are open and you can see into the bridge of the ship. And there seems to be rooms to the left and right of the bridge.
Jeff is going to ignore those rooms for now. He's going to head right into the bridge proper.
Okay.
Mercy's gonna follow him, though she does kind of glance over towards the rooms like we probably want to check those out at some point.
Yeah, we can check them out on our way back.
Okay.
Out, just find those logbooks.
Mercy will.
Go ahead.
Mercy will start searching, see if maybe they have any physical logbooks, but she's also going to check and see if maybe there's like any power to like communications or anything like that, where she could see if they have digital logbooks as well.
Okay. You take a look through here. Hasn't been anybody up here in quite some time, and nothing up here has power to it. You do find like a notepad. Most of the terminals up here are like nav. Obviously, there's a pilot's chair. Nav, comms, basic systems for the ship. Nothing's powered, so you can't get into anything. But by the basic systems for the ship, you find this notepad. And the notepad has something. There's no pencil or pen or anything. The top papers are kind of crumpled up a little bit. It looks like there's something written on them. And when you go to look at it, it looks like something's been spilled or splattered on this paper.
Okay, she'll holler over to Jess. Like, I found something, but I can't quite make out. Looks like something was spilled on him. And she kind of holds it up and looks at it.
So before moving over there, Jeff's gonna go to the pilot's chair and look through the console there, seeing if maybe the pilot had his logbook on there, like near his console, or maybe tucked away in the chair or something like that.
Nope. You do find as you're kind of pawing through there, you do find a silver flask about that big. Still has some liquid in it.
Is there any like initials or anything on the flask?
DJ.
Oh, is that DJ?
DJ.
Yeah. He's gonna take the flask. Excuse me.
Everybody's choking tonight. All right. You gonna take the flask, stuff that in your bag.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so now he's stealing.
If Mercy catches this, she's gonna look over and go, "You'll steal that, but you won't take cash. You weird."
It's not for the cash. It's for the initials.
Sure it is.
So he moves over to Mercy now to see what she's talking about.
It looks like the beginning of a list. Bulkhead doors closed on A deck. System shutdown initiated. Lifeboat. And then there's a squiggly line. And you recognize what was spilled on this paper. It kind of looks like blood splatter.
Mercy's eyes go real wide, and she's like, either mutiny or we got something on this ship that shouldn't be here, and we need to get the fuck off."
So bulkhead doors closed on deck A. Okay, so he comes over the comms. He's like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, shit just went from weird to worse. Either there was a mutiny, or there might be more than just human on the ship. Maybe, potentially, possibly. All we know is that the bulkheads on deck A have been sealed."
What are you talking about? Something? What are there? Bears now in space? Dogs?
Goop, shut the fuck up before I leave you here.
Mercy will pipe up, and she's like, "No, I mean, it could. You got multiple things it could be, but like something or someone.
Maybe
got
it's a
loose on this
werewolf.
ship."
Could be a werewolf, yeah, but here's the thing. Deck A has been sealed off. Doesn't give a reason why. I suggest we leave it sealed.
And whoever was
Alright.
writing this note got blood all over the deal very suddenly. And yeah, judging by the way it looks, I'm saying it. I'm guessing probably by surprise that blood came from, and not small either.
So
Maybe they had a bloody nose.
Nova just pipes up and says, "I think that's a sign we need to go. We need to go."
yeah, probably. All right.
Well, we just got here.
enough-
Oh my God, Goop! You want to leave and then you don't want to leave.
Goop,
Make up your damn
mind.
mind.
Yeah, make up your mind. All right, let's get back topside. We're leaving this fucking shithole. Ain't nothing here for us.
Mercy will kind of glance over at Jeff and goes, "Do we want to check out the rooms real quick? Maybe see if one of them's captain's room?"
Yeah, you
Look,
take the left one.
I'm going to just take a look down here. There's lights down here.
We've also picked up movement on the motion tracker. It's possible that someone is
Wait,
here.
what?
Vincent, shut the fuck up. We're leaving, dude.
there could be people still
Yeah,
here.
but still, if that person is here, they're the last ones left for a reason, meaning they probably murdered everybody else. So we're leaving.
I don't know. There's
Well,
a
that
possibility
brings
that
up a good
whoever
point.
the rest of the crew could have got away. I just know it looks like one's dead, but there's no body.
There's
Yeah.
only one blip, one person or thing, whatever it is. I don't know. I think we need to get the fuck out of here.
But to Mercy in I guess close proximity, is like you'll take the door on the left. I'll check this one on the room on the right. We'll get the fuck out of here.
She'll give him a slate and she'll go to the door on the left and go try to check it out, hoping maybe it's captain's quarters.
Starboard port. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go off to the.
Can you guys
Port
tell where
side.
the A deck is? Where is the A deck?
No
We got
idea.
no
But
power.
if we-
There's no way to pull up any kind of
Yeah.
information.
Fuck.
But don't go around opening no bulkhead doors. Just leave them sealed.
You hear that, Gupta? We should just go. Don't even worry about the lights, man. Let's go.
Oh! And you hear thudding. You see the light from his helmet kind of flash up the stairwell.
The
Nova just goes, nope, 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 and starts backing away.
So no, we're not going that way. Gupta, it's nice knowing you, buddy.
Vincent's going to kind of like Vincent wasn't very far from where Gupta was, right?
No, you were probably, I would say, 10 feet from the head of the stairs when you seen him going down the stairs. You hear him
Okay.
thud down the stairs.
Okay, so Vincent's just gonna like kind of run over to see, go down the stairs if he needs to. Big Gupta?
And the stairs go down and then kind of curve around. You gonna head down the stairs?
Yeah, he's gonna see what's happened to Gupta. You know, maybe he just fell down the stairs.
Okay.
Horror movies always have early on the fake scare, you know?
So Jeff, Mercedes, you guys are hearing this. I mean, the comms are open. You hear the noises from Gupta. You hear Vincent calling out to him. You hear Nova saying nope. This is
Mercy's
before
like-
you guys even get off the bridge.
Marcy's like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Look, get Gupta's ass, get him topside. We're leaving. Okay, we'll meet you at the corridor, heading towards the lifeboat. And again, he moves off the bridge, moves towards the room that he was going to inspect. Fucking A, man. This is why you don't go checking shit out. He's just saying that to himself. So you're
Mercy
leaving.
kind of looks over and goes,
Just leave.
and this is the one that jumped my ass earlier because I mentioned wanting to come up here and check this shit out earlier. Which means we probably could have found this shit out earlier. And been out of
Maybe.
here earlier.
Well, we're here now. Let's do what we gotta do. Get the fuck out.
She just kind of shakes her head and goes off to the left door, to the door that he told her to go check out.
Okay. You, Vincent, you get to the bottom of the stairs. By the way, Nova, you are now in that hallway by yourself.
Nova doesn't give a shit. She's going back.
Okay.
Like, I'm out. Deuces.
Let's split up, gang.
So you get to the bottom of the steps, Vincent, and you find Gupta. As you're heading down the steps, you see what looks like a broom in the hallway. It's broken now, but it becomes apparently obvious to you that Gupta tripped and fell down the steps. As you get down here to the landing where Gupta is like trying to get himself up off the floor, and he's like frantically checking his suit to see, you know, like, oh, did it? Is it rips? Well, is it? Um, and you kind of glance ahead of you, and you see a long hallway. And as you look down this hallway, on both sides, there are observation windows, spaced about every 20 feet. And they're large observation windows. And some doorways in between these observation windows.
All right.
You would
so,
have to walk down the hallway a way to actually see what's in there, but
So first, Vincent's gonna help Gupta up. He's like, "Are you all right?"
did it rip? Did it rip?
He kind of looks Gupta's suit over. I assume it probably looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It's like, no, the suit seems to be perfectly fine.
I told you this is all horrible idea. What are we even doing here?
To either save lives or salvage a bit of the ship.
Whose lives? Whose lives are we saving? I don't see anybody. Do you see anybody? He kind of looks around and starts noticing these windows. And there's running lights on the floor and the ceiling. They're not super bright, but they do create almost like an ambient light in here. There is light in this hallway. What is this? What is this? But there wasn't any power in this place. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. Stop touching me.
Kind of takes his hand off, after he's like, help the guys. Like, very well. There should be at least someone here. Nova's motion detector did pick up something that wasn't us, and if these lights are on,
what did you say? What? There's. Well, are you? Oh, well, you here? You go check that door.
He just kind of looks at him. He's like, very well. Based on the movement and the fact that there are lights here, I do think it is safe to say that there is someone here, someone alive. So that is what we are here to do. So Vincent just kind of like starts walking forward. Is a little slowly. You can tell like he's still on edge a bit. And he's kind of approaching cautiously.
I get a really bad feeling about this. Okay, you go. I'll follow you. I'll be right behind you. Don't worry. I got your back.
Of course. And yeah, he's just kind of slowly, carefully approaching. See if he can get to one of those observation windows.
Okay. Nova. You turn back up that hallway. Headed back the way you think it's the way you came. And you take a right, you take a left. Walking along for a little while. I mean, it's this place is just creepy, and you're already a little wigged out. You get back to the atrium, and you see the plants again. It kind of calms you a little bit. Like, plants are your safety thing, so you can reduce your stress by 1.
Okay.
And then your motion detector starts. Beep. 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 And it dawns on you that you are now completely alone.
Increase your stress by 5.
What is your reaction?
Well, Nova sees the plant. She kind of sits not by one of the trees and is just like, okay, calm down. It's okay. And then she hears the blips and she just goes, fuck. And she
Whatever,
looks at it and sees if it's any closer to her than it was.
whatever it is, looks like it's coming towards you from the direction that you just came.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. And she starts looking around, looking for somewhere to hide.
Okay, you guys hear this as you're getting ready to go check out these quarters. You hear a conversation down below from Gupta and Vincent. You hear, and then you hear Nova start in with this fuck.
Mercy will pipe up. What the fuck is going on, Nova?
Something's on the monitor. It's closer.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
Idiot!
I wanted to get back to the lifeboat, man.
Aren't you the one that jumped my ass earlier because you said we shouldn't be alone? So why are you alone?
Shut up! I ran away. Shut up.
Again, idiot! Go find the note. Go find Vincent and the others. Do not.
No. Hell no.
Oh, shit.
Where are you guys? I'll come to you.
Bridge.
Okay.
I've come to find
So-
out Nova's been having a bad trip because of fruit mushrooms.
No, Nova, you say that, but then you realize that you really don't know where you are. You've never been to the bridge. You have no idea. Vincent, so you started
Yep.
moving down this hallway before Nova started freaking. You kind of, you're not really able to see through these observation windows yet, so you kind of have a choice here. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on how you decide to handle this. You hear Nova freaking out. You hear Mercy, kind of try, and Jeff trying to talk to her. She's alone. She says something's coming after her. What are you doing?
So he kind of like stops for a moment to kind of respond. Like, if you are all worrying about Gupta, he simply tripped over a broom. He's fine. Nova, are you? Perhaps you should come back.
You just hear heavy breathing and running, and she says, "Fuck you."
Ah, he kind of like looks over to Gupta. It's like, perhaps you should go keep her some company. I will see what this is about here.
What? I'm not wandering around here by myself.
Well, would you like to stay here then, while I go see Nova?
Why am I staying here? What's wrong with you?
There are lights here. There are people here, most likely. Are we just going to leave them and run? Just because
Oh
we're
man!
a little spooked by dark lights and
All right,
dust
all
in
right,
the air?
all right. I tell you, rock paper scissors.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. What do you come up with?
Vincent. I think Vincent's a paper kind of guy.
Paper guy, and of course, Gupta's a rock guy. 2 out of 3.
Vincent just kind of stares at him like, and he just.
That's fine. I'll stay here. You go collect the scaredy cat, weirdo hippie girl.
Very well. stay open on the comms. Let me know what you find here. I will be back as soon as I can. And he turns around, and as he's kind of like walking back, he on the comms goes, Nova, where are you right now? I'm coming to you right now.
I don't know, man. I'm just running. Fuck you.
It's like, well, stop running. I'm coming.
Okay.
Hell no, I'm not stopping. You're gonna find the lifeboat, or I'm gonna find Jeff and Mercy. I'm not going back that way, man. Not happening.
Can you at least stop running so I can find you?
No.
At this point, like, he's just gonna overcomes back. Oh, goodness. It's like, look, I am going to try to find you to the best of
Dude,
my
stay with
ability.
Gupta. Just stay with Gupta. Literally, there's no use you running around and trying to find me. Just go find Gupta. I'll find Mercy or Jeff, or I'll be on the lifeboat.
Any words from Jeff or Mercy about this?
Depends on what, like, so Jeff and Mercy went to the respective rooms to search through. By the way, Jeff did pick up the blood stain pad and everything and put it in notepad, excuse me, and put it in the his bag, essentially.
Okay.
The
But
pillar.
yeah, he,
Good.
no, Jeff's just rummaging through the room that he went to inspect. Did he find anything worthwhile?
The room that you went into does look like the captain's quarters. There really isn't. I mean, it looks as though the captain or whoever was in this room just kind of left. There are some logbooks in here.
Snatches those up, puts
Okay.
them in the bag.
Okay. You also see the equivalent of it's the equivalent of a zip drive. Just kind of
Snatches that
laying on the
right up.
desk.
Snatches that right up, puts it in the bag.
Okay. That's it.
Mercy.
He's exiting. He's like, all right, I found a couple things. We can look at them back on the ship. Let's get going. I'm heading to the lifeboat.
So Mercy, while Jeff was doing that, what are you doing?
She was in the opposite room.
Okay.
Looking and letting Vincent handle Nova's mental breakdown.
You find something too while you're in there rummaging around. You find a gun.
Ooh. She will collect said gun.
Okay.
And did she find anything else other than the gun?
Just some odds and ends stuff. It looks like this quarters area is part of the senior staff for the ship. Looks like 3 people actually shared this area. And it is sleeping quarters. In one of the cabinets, the personal cabinets, you found this gun. You find some odds and end clothing. You do find there on one of the beds is the cabinets have nothing in them, like they've been cleaned out, and there's a duffel bag on the bed that seems to be full.
She kind of takes note of it, and she kind of moves over and starts ruffling through the duffel bag.
That's in the duffel bag is where you find the gun.
Okay. Huh. Whatever this was they knew something was up. And she kind of shakes her head, and she'll grab the gun, and she starts to head out. And she looks at Jeff, and she's like, "Found a new toy. Whoever this belonged to, they were. I mean, They were packing their shit trying to get the fuck off this place.
Are you let me are you sure you want to do that? That you want to share that you found that gun? Before you do that. I just want to back up for a moment. If you're sure you want to do that, then keep going.
Actually, no, she wouldn't.
So are you taking the
Favorite.
whole duffel bag then? Otherwise, where are you gonna hide that thing?
There is air in here.
But we don't know that.
Well, I
Or
mean,
do we?
Your guess. I am just saying. I mean, that would be easy to guess. And there are plants.
Yeah.
There's something moving on board the ship. You think, or at least Nova thinks so.
Put 2 and 2 together. So what you're saying is she could strip and hide it in her outfit.
Well, you wouldn't even have to. I mean, you just got to unzip the outfit.
Which is probably how she would end up hiding it.
Okay. Are you gonna open your suit?
Yeah, she's gonna attempt it.
Okay. The air is very thin and very dusty, and the first breath you take, your throat is raw from breathing it. You don't open your suit all the way up. I'm gonna assume you're just basically
No,
opening
just
it
enough
enough
to-
to put that in.
Yep.
Okay. But that's the result of it. Is I mean, the air is it's old and stale and dusty.
So she'll zip back up and she kind of starts coughing and she'll come out and she's like, bleh. No.
So,
Anyway,
so you hear this, Jeff?
The eye there?
Yeah, testing a stupid theory that I probably shouldn't have.
All right. Well, get your shit squared away. We're heading back to the life.
Yeah,
life
not senior crew, nothing really of importance over there. And she kind of shakes her head. You find anything of interest?
Quite a bit actually, but we'll go over it when we're off this fucking place.
Okay, well, shall we go find our one that's having apparently a mental fucking breakdown?
I guess if we have to.
I mean, from what I'm hearing over comms, it's either we're gonna have to go find her or we let her come find us. And given the state of panic, probably better we go find her.
So,
All right.
so Vincent, you start out back up the stairs to go look for Nova, correct?
He was starting, but Nova was saying that she was gonna find Jeff and
Okay.
Mercy.
Okay.
So he like kind of stops as he like halfway up the stairs.
All right, it's up to
He's
you. Okay.
Yeah, and he says, Nova, now, just take some deep breaths, if you would. Just try to calm down for a moment. And yes, perhaps it would be best if you go find Jeff and Mercy. I likely shouldn't be leaving. I shouldn't be. Why is his name escaping me right now?
Gupta.
Gupta.
Okay.
I shouldn't be leaving Gupta on his lonesome at the moment. Jeff, Mercy, would you two be able to meet up with Nova?
We're working on heading that way now. So and she kind of glances over Jess, like, we're going towards Nova, correct? Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So yeah, we're on our way.
Excellent. I'll go back to Gupta. We've found lights that are on. Very likely signs of life on this ship. So
Something tells me whatever is alive on the ship is not something that we probably want to deal with. Even if it is human or not, like, regardless, whatever's left on the ship ain't good. So we probably want to get the heck off.
The captain's been listening to the comms this whole time, right?
Yep.
Does he have anything to say about this situation?
Jeff,
Yep. What's up, Rex?
what is going on over there?
Honestly, I don't know. We got the Nova here freaking out, saying there's something moving around on the ship that's not us. We found a couple of pieces of information. Long story short, this seems to be a science vessel, and there may have been some a mishap of sorts that happened, whether it's by the crew, potential mutiny, or something else. Somebody got injured severely, and honestly, we haven't found anybody.
No, but there's a lot of evidence that they were trying to get the fuck off. There's no bodies anywhere, so can't tell if they got off or if they're
Well,
dead.
what kind of evidence that they're trying to get off?
Oh, there's blood. Apparently, there was a bulkhead on a deck that was ordered sealed. No reason given.
The notepad we found said it showed something about the life pod, almost like they were trying to write something about it on the notepad. That's where we found some of the blood. In addition to that, up in, I guess, what looks like some of the senior quarters, they had duffel bags. All of their belongings were cleared out, shoved in the duffel bag. I mean, it looked like they were trying to clear out.
Oh, shit. All right, we don't know if anybody's alive over there. We would need to. All right, just tag. Just no power. You haven't got power on. But that's all you're doing is getting the power on.
That's just it. There are certain parts of the vessel that have power and some that don't.
Gupta and I have come to a hallway with some lights. Nova's motion detector has picked up movement, so it's very likely that there is someone alive on board.
Again, we can't guarantee because given what we found, whoever was here was trying to clear the fuck off, which means chances are whoever or whatever that is moving around likely ain't here for good reasons.
Or perhaps this ship could have been attacked, and what in the movement we've noticed there's one of the survivors.
Nova has now stopped and has been listening to this conversation and is looking at her motion detector, breathing heavily, and she just says, Vincent, please fucking listen to Mercy. I get it. Thou shalt do no harm and all that bullshit. But we need to get off of here. Right now.
Mercy comes.
We don't even know what has happened here. We don't know. We know that there is someone here, and we're just going to leave
know
them
if it's
before we
someone.
even know?
Yep, we are. Yep.
Mercy kind of pipes up and then she's like, look, Vincent, I get it, okay? But here's the thing. If we end up in the same situation as the crew, dead, are we really going to be any good to this individual if it is somebody that's alive? We're going off of chance. If there is no guarantee that it is the crew. Everything we are finding, every bit of evidence we are finding is saying everybody on this ship is either dead or long gone. It's not worth risking our lives in the hopes that there is one person alive. One person is not worth the risk of 5, nor the risk to the ship, being late to our deal, and costing us money. You want to help more people, get your butt back over to our ship where you can actually be of help to more people. You die here, you ain't going to be worth shit to anybody else. One person is not worth that.
And Jeff kind of comes over the comms. Hey, Rex, this is your call, man. I know you wanted to see if there's anything worth salvaging here, but honestly, I'd say we cut our losses and keep it moving.
All right, wrap up what you're doing. Get back to the lifeboat.
All right. Well, you heard the man, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the fuck off this
And
space
Vincent,
rock.
I'm going to give you 20 minutes. If you're not back on that lifeboat, then you're staying.
I understand, Captain.
It's been 20 minutes. Realistically, it's only been 5.
Well, it's been, you guys have been on this ship for a little while now.
No,
Probably about an hour. So, okay, Vincent, you guys just had this conversation. I mean, you are feet like 5 steps away from being able to take a look.
Yeah, I mean, Captain said he had 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Surely he can spare the time just to peek through this window because there are lights on. There's signs of life, so he's gonna, peek his head through the, see what he can through that window.
So, the observation windows are opposite of each other, directly across on each side of this hallway. And the first two, to your right and left, look into identical labs. You know these are labs. And from your studies and your training, they're bio labs. High-tech equipment in there. Now, the lighting is very poor because it just has running lights. It's not like you can see clearly what's in there, but you can kind of see silhouettes of things up underneath some cabinets in the back is where some of these lights are at. So you can see on the countertop there's some high-end mics. There's all kinds of equipment in there. A lot of it looks like high-grade medical equipment.
All right, and is it a similar site on the other side as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna enter one of the rooms.
All right. So each one of these labs is behind a bulkhead door, and those doors are shut. So
okay.
you can try to go through it if you want to. It's up to you.
Well, is there? I assume the doors like those would probably have some sort of identification needed to open.
It has a pad, which looks like it has both a ID card passover, and it has like a fingerprint identification.
Okay. Neither of which things he has, so doesn't look like he can get in.
Looks like there's more down the hall.
Yeah, homeboy's investigating. Is Gupta still with Vincent, or is Gupta already turned around?
You know what? Give me an odd or even.
Even Steven.
Yo, dudes, the Empire.
You know how I roll.
Chill. Maybe you
It
could
never
join
fails.
it or something.
Even it is. Is he with you?
Honestly, I feel like Gupta.
Thank you.
Would Gupta be? Gupta is a little cowardly, so would he jump at the chance to go back? But at the same time, he'd have to be alone on his way back. Trying to think of which part of his cowardice shines through here.
That's a good point.
I imagine he's gonna. I imagine he probably doesn't want to leave Vincent. He's like, and he's probably just like. He'd probably be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? He's got to go back." That type of thing.
What? Hey, 17. We have 17 minutes. We don't even know which way. We have to go up the stairs, back up the hallways.
I love you.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
Captain said.
Thank you very much,
20
Harper.
minutes. Now 17. That was plenty enough time to.
Now 16.
Is plenty enough time to investigate just a tad further before we leave.
Investigating what? It's just a moment ago you were wanting to go get the crazy lady. Now you want to go and look at the things. What are you doing? What is this? And he kind of looks through the window. And he's like, holy shit. What is in there? What? Oh, we have to go. 15. 15.
I feel like he's like saying this like this man's time is going super fast. It's like Jeff and Mercy will see to Nova. I will take just a moment. If there's a chance that there's people here, then I will use this time to find them, if possible.
Just hurry it up. Come on. I don't have time for this.
And Vincent's gonna walk down a little further the hallway to some of those other observation windows.
Okay. Nova. So all of this going on, the communication, you heard the captain give the order. You make a left-hand turn and you recognize where you're in the hallway where you entered. You can tell by the tracks. You can see up in front of you is where you entered. What are you doing?
She kind of sighs a little breath of relief and then kind of turns around and looks at the motion detector to see if she can see anything else before she runs down to the lifeboat.
Nope. You don't see anything.
All right. She turns back around and says, "Fuck you, ship, I'm out," and goes to the
Okay. You get on the
goes to
lifeboat.
the lifeboat.
All right.
Was she able to open
Are
the
you-
doors?
That's a player knowledge edition there, so I'm going to strike that. She didn't have to open the doors.
Okay.
So
Wait.
no.
We're moving
She
on.
didn't have to open the doors, as in they were open already?
You were able to get onto the ship.
She phased through the
Wait,
door,
but were the doors
obviously.
open already, or were they not?
Okay, so here's the deal with this.
Okay.
If following the story piece, Nova wouldn't have had any idea whether those doors were open or closed after getting on the ship.
Right, but
Jeff did close the doors after everybody got off. Okay. The only reason the question came up is because we have a player knowledge question that came out. So I am not answering anything more about the doors to the ship.
okay, fine.
That's fair. Yeah, that was more of a... Yeah, that's fair.
But I am going to go to Mercy and Jeff at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff... At least Jeff, you don't know about Mercy, but Jeff's heading back to the lifeboat.
Yep,
Yeah,
no,
he-
Marcy's headed back. I mean, if they know that Nova was able to get on the ship, she's following Jeff.
Mhm.
He's coming up on the comms. He's like, you guys got 15 minutes. You ain't back up here 15 minutes. Well, looks like you're part of the ship.
We will
Mercy.
be there.
Now I am going to give you just a caveat on this because Jeff knows that he closed those doors. Now, at this point, I'm going to have you roll odd or even. Jeff? Or
Yep.
I'll roll, but odd or even.
Even Steven.
It never fails.
And it is odd. Okay. Never mind.
We don't count those.
We don't got this. Those don't exist.
If you'd have called it, I would give you the option to remember that, basically for whatever reason to ask her if she had any problem getting through the door. Whatever.
Gotcha. But as right now, it's not even going to register. It's like,
Exactly.
okay, everybody's on. Gotcha.
Player knowledge, the door was open, so she was able to get right on the ship.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
That makes me very uncomfy.
Mercy will, when Vincent pipes up that he'll be there, she will pipe in and be like, "Hey, I'll make it up to you. I know I was probably a bit of a witch, but with reason."
Vincent,
Of course, as I've said, I will be there. We have 15 minutes.
just space rats.
Just space rats, dude. What What are you guys so scared of?
Says the
Notorious
first person
fake
who dies.
So, Vincent, and this is your knowledge only at this point. Gupta did not follow you, did not travel with you. You get to the second set of labs. All right? You finally see, as you look straight down this hallway, you finally see a sign. There's a door at the end of this hallway. Level A bulkhead is what it says above this door. You look over to your right through this window. And immediately in front of this window is what looks like the remains. I mean, and you're looking at this through just the light in your helmet. The remains of a mutilated body. You can't like get to it to examine it because you're looking at it through this window. But this is definitely a dead human. And from what you can tell, it looks like this person, I mean, it almost looks like this person was hit by something explosive. Because the whole front of them is just like flayed open. Broken bones.
Burn it,
It's
burn it all.
it's very, you know, it's very petrified at this point from what you can tell. And it definitely happened a while ago.
Okay, and it's undeniably quite fucked up.
Oh yes. Undeniably. Do you want
So-
to continue to look around? Do you what are you doing?
So Vincent, after kind of like being able to piece together, because I assume it kind of takes him a minute to kind of like, with the low visibility, to really get an idea of how that body looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So after he kind of gets, kind of pieces it together from the low visibility, he kind of like takes a step back. And
Yes,
like,
thanks for sure.
like a short, it's a kind of like a short little gasp. And he's gonna look around, and obviously he doesn't see Gupta there anymore.
Gupta left.
Alright, and he's gonna start kind of like fast walking back. Like he's just a little shaken at seeing such a fucked up corpse. He's like, and he'll go over the comms like, "I'm on my way back. Nova, your motion detector is it still picking up anything?"
Nova?
Nova says, nope. Just get your ass up here.
Yes, I have confirmed sight of a body. I couldn't quite get to it behind bulkhead doors I couldn't access. Whatever happened to him, perhaps some sort of explosion, perhaps it was not
Wait a minute, a body? What are you talking about, a body? That's the captain
a
speaking.
human body. It was quite old from what I could see. It had been almost torn apart as if very violently. I don't know if some kind of explosion perhaps blew it apart or
I
something
didn't see
else,
that on
but,
the video.
perhaps the video feed was too dark, but I assure you, it was not pleasant to see. I am on my way back. I think you all were right. Whoever was here is no longer, and whatever that movement was, I don't know.
Yeah, well, where'd you find this body, Doc? Like, was it on level A?
Yes, I believe you mentioned a deck A. I found
Yep.
the bulkhead doors to that. It's right next to it.
And they were still sealed, right?
Yes.
That's some good news. All right. Yeah, we're at the shuttle. You got I'd say about 10 minutes left.
I'll be there momentarily. Gupta, are you there?
Yeah, as you get to the top of the stairs, you see Gupta. He's just kind of walking along back in the direction you guys came.
My man's just chilling, just like, whatever.
What are you talking? Are you done? What are you talking about? This dead bodies? I didn't see any dead bodies.
Well,
Kinda
you did
Gupta.
see through that window I just peered through. Uh, Whoever that was died quite violently. I believe it is indeed time to leave.
I think you're using your own stash or something. I don't know.
I would invite you to see for yourself, but I do not believe that is the wisest choice.
Yeah, I'm all about getting off of this whatever coffin here. Let's go.
And yeah, Vincent's gonna keep on going back,
Okay.
and he's not like running, but he's walking with the he's fast walking.
All right. You all managed to make your way back to the lifeboat. Um, Nova, before they get back to the lifeboat, I mean, you're on the ship. Um, what are you doing once you get back to the lifeboat?
Basically, she's just gonna take the seat that's closest to the door so she can look out of it.
Okay.
And she just sits there with the motion detector and her leg is shaking and she's like just watching that motion detector, looking up at the hallway, back and forth, just waiting for people to get back onto the ship.
Okay. And it takes, I mean, it's pushing the 20 minutes, but Mercy and Jeff are the first two back to the ship. So as you guys are coming down the hallway, you see the door to the lifeboat is still open. As you're coming down the hallway, you see the doors open.
Okay. So yep, Jeff just kind of walks on in and nods to Nova and goes up to the pilot's chair and starts turning up, basically getting the lifeboat prepped to leave.
Okay.
Mercy's going to hijack the bag that Jeff had and kind of start digging through to see all the little goodies he found, and more specifically, the logbooks.
Yep. Yeah, he hands that off to her, no problem.
Okay.
Because she wants to know what the fudge happened on that ship.
All right. As you go through the bags, I mean, as you start thumbing through these logbooks, I mean, they look like normal logbooks, basically, flight plans, stops, some crew notes, nothing really, jumps out at you as you start reading through here. I mean, yeah, obviously there's quite a bit of notes here, so I mean, you're not going to be able to just read through the whole thing just sitting here.
No. But she
Is
does
it,
kind of make note of the crew list and stuff like that. She's like, well, it looks like we've got a list of crews, some notes. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to go through this a little bit more, but
there were
might be able to find something interesting.
there were 14 on board. You do get that. Crew
Okay.
of 14. Um, you also see that one of the senior staff passed away on the ship.
Okay.
Um, That's really about all you're able to glean from just a quick glance through
Quick
there.
glance.
Gotcha.
She'll kind of
Yep.
look at Jeff and let him know. She's like, 14, but it looks like only 13 would have been alive, most likely at the time. Whatever the fuck happened here, maybe I don't know. It seems like they had one pass away, one of their senior crew.
Okay, so we got one dead prior to, one dead during whatever the hell happened.
And
Potentially two with the blood we found on the bridge.
yeah,
Side note, GM and player knowledge. Jeff did pocket that zip drive, so the
Mhm.
only thing in the thing is the logbooks that he found. The logbooks, the biologist's ID, and the flask. The zip drive he has in a pocket on his spacesuit.
Okay, Vincent, you are getting back to the ship now. You and Gupta. Gupta walks on the ship and just drops his bag. He's standing there like, "Can we go home now?"
Oh, fucking shoot, Gupta. Too bad I don't have a gun.
I am thoroughly finished with this place.
Yeah, that makes all of us. Let's get the fuck out of here. So he Jeff looks over at Mercy. He's like, "Has that thing gone off since we've been in here? How many blips you seeing now?"
You did see blips as these guys were moving towards you.
Right.
It,
But
it was
is there
picking
any
them up.
is there anything now that everybody's in one spot?
Nope.
Nova just shakes her head and says, I don't even care. Let's get out. There's nothing there. Nothing there. I'm sure it was just stress. Nothing's there.
All right. So he seals up the doors, detaches the docking clamps, and starts making his way over to the Wisp.
Okay. So you guys get back on board the Wisp. Get everything stowed away. Get the ship squared away. And you bring what you found, which hopefully you've made note of everything that you found.
Let me actually do that real quick before I forget. So
Yeah,
zip
if
drive.
it's not noted, you don't have it. So
How many logbooks did you say?
I'm gonna say 4.
4.
One zip drive. Mercy, you have the diary. You have the Gibran book, if you want that. Hey, Stormy.
Hey, what's up, Stormy? How you doing,
I
buddy?
mean, might as well have taken it.
Okay. You also have your newfound toy,
Yes, but that's not known by the others.
right? Nova, you have your clippings.
Yep. And a
No-
small
no-
pot
Nova.
of soil.
Nova was collecting ditchweed while we were over here.
Pretty much. She's out there harvesting for her grow.
Vincent, I think you got the short end of the stick here, buddy. I don't think you got anything, did you? Other than
Because
nightmares.
everyone wanted to be scaredy cats and leave.
I hope the alien eats you first.
It's just space rats.
It's just okay.
Mhm.
Really, really big space rats.
We all know early on in the horror movies, they always do the fake jump scares. Where they do a jump scare, but it's not actually anything dangerous. It's just like a regular person or just like,
I don't know.
some
I
rats or
watched
whatever.
the Aliens movie recently, and that is not the case for the Alien movies.
You start dying immediately.
So I will give you guys a choice. We can take this and talk a little bit with the captain and discuss our findings, or we can end this right there with them going back into FTL.
I have a third option.
Yeah.
We could end it here and have the discussion be the first thing we have we pick up next week.
I think we should go a little bit further and talk to the captain and then go into FTL.
Fair enough. I'm open to either.
I don't want to start you guys out next week in a discussion and then have you go into FTL.
Okay.
Okay. We can have the short conversation now.
I mean, the deal is the captain's heard most of it, so I'm thinking end and go into FTL. Because the captain's been there to hear most of everything, and we kind of relayed a lot of the information to him over comms.
Are you going to take a little bit of time to? Well, and here's the thing: we don't have to do this in RP. Are you going to take a little time to take a look at the things that you have? Are you going to try to access the zip drive? Are you going to, share your ditchweed with everybody? Are you going to?
Jeff is actually going to take the zip drive to the captain personally. That's why he pocketed it and didn't let anybody know. Like he and Rex can sit down.
Mercy will definitely be going through the logbooks to see what she can discover from it.
Okay. What are you planning on doing with your plant clippings, Nola?
Is she gonna smoke?
No, she's gonna set up the ones that she thinks are alive, to try and keep growing them.
Okay.
She is going to plant some of that somewhat illicit product in the pot.
I was purely just giving you a hard time with that. I mean, it can be cannabis if you want it to be, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, space feed, baby.
Yeah. And the other one she's gonna catalog and try and identify.
Okay. And Vincent, what are you going to do? Are you gonna?
I mean, obviously he's going to report to the captain because he did see some very high tech equipment on board. So, naturally, because the captain did express interest in salvaging and definitely something worth salvaging if he chose to.
Huh. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll come back here. Check that out.
Yes, I did notice that the doors required. I did see perhaps if there was an ID card, we would be able to gain access to those labs.
I don't know, Jeff. Well, I'm assuming Jeff is here with Vincent, talking with him.
Yeah. Yeah, being the first officer, he'd probably be sitting in on a lot of these conversations.
We could break out some weapons and go back over there.
I mean, do you think we got the time to burn? We got a delivery to make.
We got a delivery to make. But we are making up a little bit of time by pushing the engines. And if we jumping out of FTL's no big deal, or not a little deal. I mean, we're not gonna be able to jump back into FTL for a couple of days. You can't just jump right back in. So we're gonna have to scoot our way through space a little ways here before we're able to jump back into FTL.
Could Mercy pipe in here?
Yeah.
Mercy will actually look at the captain and be like, "Sir, maybe it might be best we go through these logs first. Maybe see if it has anything on what they were doing there. Um, if nothing else, give ourselves a better idea of things before we just go in there guns blazing. Because if we are dealing with something more than just a pirate crew or something like that, we might want to be a little more prepared. I mean, with it being a lab-based ship,
They could have been working on any fucking thing. It could have been a contagion or some shit. I don't know.
yeah, I was gonna say contagion, poison, something that. I mean, shit. A lot of these places like this, mass weapons. Even. I mean, we that's the thing. We don't know what they were working on over there, and obviously we got dead body. I mean, from what I gathered from what little bit I could read over, they had one die already. We've got at least 12 bodies that are unaccounted for.
All right. Here's the thing. We don't have a lot of time to deal with this situation now. We're 3 days out of FTL as it is. We can jump now. We'll have time when we come back out again to look through this stuff. So, all of this stuff, he points to the bag you got there, Mercy. Why don't we quarantine that stuff? Lock it up. Take a look at it when the right time arises. Part of why I want you to quarantine it is in case they search our ship. We don't want them finding this logs from this other ship.
Understood.
That's fair, and we've recorded the coordinates of this particular spot, so we can always come back here. Not saying the ship's gonna be exactly here, drifting as it is, but
Right.
we'll be close by. And Jeff kind of gives Rex a pointed look, basically indicating the zip drive that they still have to look through. But
He just kind of does this to you.
Whatever information we can glean, we can do that later.
He did not indicate quarantining the zip drive, so
I know that, yeah.
All right, so we'll take a look at this stuff when we have an opportunity. Let's get everything battened down, get some food in us, hop back into hypersleep, and get this fucking job over with.
Boy, oh boy.
Sound good?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. All right. And any log you have, any video you have from that ship, first I want to see it, then erase it. You got a record on that tracker of yours of anything moving, get rid of it.
I'm guessing Nova's there then too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or instead of
Then-
getting rid of it, and here's an option, Rex. How about we make some copies and put it all neatly tucked away with any motions to the bag with that. That we all have accurate records on what the
No,
fuck happened.
I don't want any indication that can't be any indication that there was anything possibly living on that ship. No matter
Marcy
what.
glanced over and said, even with the best of information recorded, you've got risk that it's going to get out. Best bets, erase.
All right, then yeah, let's give the information.
Log books and whatnot's one thing. Okay, so we were on the ship. But if we left something alive over there and we just took off,
That's a fair point.
You are correct, Infinity.
Yeah, can't tell a ship, someone's alive. Yep. Fair enough. All right, then I guess we go through the footage and the comms chatter one more time. Make sure We're all in the up and up, and then we scrub all that stuff. That's fine. And this is why I hate fucking derelict vessels. Something always fucking weird happens.
You're the one who decided
Nope.
to answer to check it out. Could have just shut that shit off and went back to sleep.
Well, like you said, if we were in that position and we were still alive, we'd want someone to stop for us, right? It's a good thing to do. Doesn't mean I like doing it.
All right, let's get everything taken care of so we can get on with our journey. We'll figure out what that ship's all about when we have time.
Mercy nods and she'll go make sure the coordinates are all locked and loaded and ready to go, and that basically everything's ready to set back up.
All right.
Jeff goes gets himself some coffee and some food.
Go ahead.
So after this discussion with the captain, Nova's gonna look down at her trash duffel bag and just kind of sigh. She takes out all of her other shit and puts it and gives it to Mercy to put into quarantine, and she takes the plant cuttings, the pot, the dirt, and the duffel bag and puts it in an airlock and then jettisons it out into space.
She gave Mercy all the plant clippings and stuff?
No.
Okay.
Just like her motion detector, her binoculars, her flashlight, anything that's like not, that was sitting in the duffel bag, other than the plants and the cuttings and the dirt and stuff. So anything that the dirt would have touched it, yeah. And she just says, put it in quarantine with the other stuff. We'll get it out when we get out of FTL.
She kind of looks at the motion tracker. She's like, this thing needs to be wiped first. Do you really want me to handle that?
That's totally fine by me. I don't care.
Okay. So Mercy will take care of making sure that that's the captain sees what they were able to track and then wiping it like he requested.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain, I'll leave the video file of what I saw with you. Perhaps you'll be able to see what I saw upon review.
I'll take a look at it.
Whatever was on board that ship, they had very high-tech biolab equipment. Though, based what I saw with that body, whatever happened there, I do not believe was any type of contagion. Something else.
All right. We'll see. All right, with that, guys, I am going to end us right there so we can pick back up for episode 3. And that will be the next time we come out of FTL, which may or may not be at the end of this little job that we're on right now. Next episode, we will find out some things about our little mystery stop and see what the next step in this adventure is. Everybody lived. Nobody died. You guys are chickens. Chickens.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You're the guys who gave Vincent an ultimatum there.
You could have fought it.
Yes. Nova very reluctantly got rid of any evidence that she would have kept from the ship.
I mean, the deal is with the plant clippings, there was no way they would have necessarily tracked it. You could have kept them.
So the thing
well, as soon as somebody mentioned contagion, she was like, fuck. You gotta get rid of these things.
the thing to consider for this system, guys, is what did you do in relationship to leveling your character, the improvement piece to it? Vincent, who is your rival?
Right now it's Mercedes because she's been very uncooperative with him.
Okay. Okay.
He's the ship's doctor, and she has refused to let him examine her even once. I mean, given Jeff has as well, but I think Mercedes has been a little more in his face about it.
Not really, but okay.
Well, Jeff, like, it just ignores him
Yep.
and tries, like, sidesteps him.
She just said she wasn't
Mercedes,
talking about her past.
well, a lot of that was also him trying to get just a look at her, especially after, coming out of hypersleep. She wouldn't even let him check her over for that.
All right, Jeff, who is your rival?
This time around, it was Vincent.
Huh?
Yeah, Vince is it's just a pain in the ass doctor.
He's trying to make sure you guys are healthy.
Well, not necessarily that per se. I mean, that's more of him giving a shit, but just his whole job of him pushing for them to try like their damnedest to help people, and Jeff gets it. Like he understands that's part of the reason why he pulled everybody out. He woke up the captain, got everybody involved in this. But like in Jeff's mind, once it was declared, okay, this something's off, like you cut your losses and you get the fuck out. Like if someone's still alive, oh fuck what, oh well, oh good luck. Here's a band-aid. More power to you. But Vincent seemed to want to be the good Samaritan, and Jeff wasn't having any of that shit. He's like, I'm gonna fucking survive.
Okay. Mercedes.
Nova.
Nova.
They've been button heads. Nova constantly pushing her back, and then kind of, in a way, one-upping her a little bit.
Okay. And Nova.
Well, I think Nova's buddy has probably changed to Vincent. She kind of has a soft spot for this poor guy who won't realize that people are just messing with him.
Everybody
and
in
I
his
think
life's
rival
messing
is,
with him.
rival is still Mercy. We'll keep that.
All right. All right. So that's the piece for you guys next time. Then is remember, that's all part of the RP piece to it, and you should be attempting to buck against your rival. Should be attempting to work with your buddy, whoever your buddy is. I'm not going to ask you who your buddies are. We may switch this up next time and talk a little bit about that piece instead. But follow that piece of the system, and remember, play the motivations of your character. What would your character do? Are they really engaged in being a team player, or do they have other interests that are their own? And that's maybe something to think about a little bit when it comes to your characters. Just exactly how much or would they really care about this crew or this ship or these people? Because they might not. They might not really care. Oh, I lost Chloe. All right, guys, I think we are going to call it good right there. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. And we will be back next Wednesday with Thomas Ferenstam.
Yep.
So we'll have some things going out here over the weekend to advertise that, but we'll be sitting down with Thomas Ferenstam next Wednesday evening. And we'll be talking with him about his career, what he's done, and a little bit about Mutant Year Zero as well. So,
which was Freely Express. I think it was their first game, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Or one of them?
So.
Yeah.
One of them. They have quite a few at this point, but that should be a really interesting discussion with Thomas. And if you are interested in getting a free downloadable copy of Mutant Year Zero, then make sure you're there because we are going to give away one. We don't. Not sure what the specifics are behind that yet, but one thing is for sure: if you're not there, you cannot get it. So join us next Wednesday night for that. With that, I'm going to say have a good night.
You guys have a good night. Adios.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you guys next